Takakum bata, tum takakum. Etakam tukumama takate tukupakoto shukuama tanau tukum taka. Hatanaku tukuaka titakuamaka. Atunaka te kyoko to tokuyamaka te shakawa.
Hello everyone. We are here in the week 146. I'm Ismael Rodriguez and I'm with Brother Patrick and Sister Alison. Wonderful souls, and we are going to start doing some blessings to protect the space and to expand it. So Patrick, if you want to start, please do. Hachukwata.
Right. Ipumanatiya sukya pukya nakwa satakima ba utikya anakata uka ana. Iana koshiti koshita koshina mota koshiti koshiti mukata shito koshiti shoto shito shina koshiti kyoporintia sokoto shita. Nakoto shimana no shiti. Shokoto shimakya shukata. Yomata yakoshita kyapua. Tai. Shotya, wish me much love, Koshiteko.
Thank you, brother. Heat. Haratuk otos okuat. Arak argot ahatak. Ogot okuisheke. Akuto tikuaka. There is gratitude, a whole message of gratitude for that opening. Isheka ukwa. Alison. The mic is off. The mic, sister. Mic. She cannot hear me, I think. The energy is coming anyway.
Yeah, I can feel it.
So we can.
You can do that. You can do that as a host.
Can I? I can only ask her, and I asked her like twice.
Am I muted? Oh man! I thought it was unmuted. All right, let me try again. Sorry.
We got a lot of energy, but you want to try again? That's wonderful as well. Ooh. You got in trance so quickly. You couldn't even hear me.
Ivana kata utoina hata isoto uketere ke na ata isoto oku shamana ati seke inaka tu ikare I oina kata asa I vere ke no utu shukomana I tuskutere ke no utu kunen a asatai ufasha ana I naha ut ikasa upata I naka ko oira ke hena atasa ke vere ke no utu tutura sana I soe na hataka na ke I usoe na he na ko chushmana tina kire kota I satadata I katuna oi kata she naha uto uku na he mena te I ka shen ko to oi sahena I toina I to te shina to kana asa Ki koi hana ata I sata I ke he nai ai hoina ata shana oku na o mena ki anaha ti osata.
Wow. Wow, hatachukuaka, chuatanaka, atakwata. The natives are very present here. Kuakata awokoto shokota.
She was telling me, it was a her, and she was telling me, stop keeping me bottled up. That's why she came out so aggressive. She's like, I needed to come out, and you were not letting me out. She's going to have my message come through, and that's it.
There is a long queue. There is a long queue of entities waiting for you to open up. They are just coming out like a pressure cooker.
Yeah, this happens every time. Every time.
So yes, in other words, that means please open up. Get us in every platform that you can. The thing is that benefits everyone. It benefits you in the opening up, benefits them, and everybody who gets the energy also from the audience. So it's a win-win-win in 3 direction, multi-dimensionally, in all aspects. Really. So yeah, like Brother Patrick say, go for it because it's a lot of fun, really.
I don't know what she said after I got my verbal spanking from her, because she literally gave me a verbal spanking. But she had other stuff to say, and I couldn't catch up to what she was saying, so I really don't. I just felt the energy, and I knew I was in trouble.
I felt a lot of fire and heat, and yes, and really relief from being able to expand. Tisaka, kuakata, anta. Imagine how it's for them if they have things to do here, and they depend on you on how to do those things. So we are portals for so many. And that's why we are experiencing everything that we've been experiencing since we did the other day also. That encounter. I started a project called Encounters with Death, overcoming fears with, this time with Alison Steinhoff, and so it's gonna be not ending series of invited brothers and sisters fighting against the fears towards death and also spirits that so many people are scared of, and yeah, with our talks we have so much fun, and we also get messages through us, and yeah, we had a lovely time. I think we spent like 3 hours or something, 3 hours and a half or something. Yeah, because we don't do it like in a strict way. We just go there and we talk about anything, and then when we feel like saying something about death, or we just start doing it, and like with the total free will, and that makes the encounter very authentic. And so yeah, I'm super happy. Today and yesterday I spent the whole day editing the first 38 minutes, and it's very boring, the part of editing, because my computer is very slow, but the part of listening into what we are saying is super cool, super cool. And that is what motivates me and keeps me going, because you feel constantly this needs to come out, this needs to come out. Is worth to be shared with everyone. So Patrick, if you ever feel like wanting to participate, you are more than welcome. I send the videos to anyone who participates once I edit them, and you can use them in your channel or anywhere else. But this way together we participate in overcoming these fears, because usually we don't talk about death, and I think this world needs to see death as a normal thing, where they can listen, brothers and sisters.
You only leave your body in this world and that's it.
Exactly, a continuation.
You don't even feel an emotion of dying. You just step,
I'm already on the other side. That's why many get so confused, because they don't even feel the transition.
I have a real good memory about this, about my Arcturian lives.
Yeah.
I was curious, when I was young, I was curious what was behind the death. So I killed myself like 9 times because I wanted to know for sure there was something behind it.
I'm not gonna sacrifice any animal. I'm gonna sacrifice myself.
Yeah, I killed myself 9 times.
I'm gonna have fun killing myself. Alison.
I keep muting it because I'm afraid that my dogs are going to start barking.
Okay.
Did you electrocute yourself? Is that how you died 9 times?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember it anymore, but I have the memories that I was really curious about what was behind the death. So I killed myself.
Usually the tough part, they usually don't tell you. Like in my sessions, the entities, the lie entities, they don't feel like making the person go through the death experience again. Something that in QHHT they ask you to do, and I disagree completely that is necessary for everyone. You don't need to go through the pain experience, because as we say, and Uriel said with my mom's passing, they usually prepare you before you are going to transcend. So they take you from all that suffering. So why I'm going to put in a quantum session someone through the suffering that somebody prevented from happening? It's so silly. So silly. But in QHHT Academy, they ask you to do that. Like you are forced to do that if you want to pass the exam. That's so against my will.
Well, I remember when I was doing the hypnosis, and I was that the crusader, the guy with the sword, and I remember seeing my body. I still remember seeing my body on the table, and then I remember feeling a panic attack coming on, because this was after I watched the video.
Yeah.
But it all came back to me, and I was like, oh my God, like that's insane.
When they show you, is because there is a reason. Mm-hmm. The thing is, the higher self knows perfectly the higher self has more, let's say, authority that I have. Mm-hmm. So if I ask something and the higher self say this is gonna damage somebody, it's not gonna show that.
Right.
Not coming from the light. So
I mean, I'm pretty strong. I saw it. I survived. So it was just like uncomfortable. It's just it.
Yeah, it's to give you maybe a strength. Maybe to give you strength. Maybe just to release all that pain and say, okay, that doesn't belong. Sometimes they show the bad part to release the suffering, because some people did suffer. So sometimes that creates a trauma somewhere in the soul, and sometimes we don't clear up that properly. So they, in the quantum session, the higher self shows you that, so that you can leave it momentarily or temporarily, so that you can discern that that doesn't belong anymore to this lifetime that you are living, and that belongs to a past time that doesn't make any sense to keep like a memory. So it's a way to say fuck it.
Get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. Carry it around times.
Aturuku atata shoata. My blessing now. Hu tukusho. Takaku toto isha. Anau akauma. Icha ukodana ukoto. Au maka hoto no maka taka ukuwa maka. Chikataka kuata. Chama mama cha cha chukupata. Awata. Cleaning the space. Chishana u. Ana kukuata. Ya chuchu anakata. Echuana iya kawota. Chichana wuchuana. Each of you has already protection. Much more than you think. Iana ushana kata. Chotana kata tuata. Auachana kachata cha. Kuachata tuana. Shishana kata chuchuku. Achukuata. Omacha. Omacha. O machakata kushishata uta e shatatuma hatete achukoata eti yaku shishana kuatana chocho chishisha iki shasha tuana kukochana anao uwa mama machakata achete chukoko chanaku ao chana o masha o machacha chishe Akakuchana katishawa nisha anyushwa hihechisha yushuaka. Your own light is your protection, they were saying. If any dark entity approaches you, it's because you are the light, not because you are not protected. So, nothing to be afraid of. Just send them back. Whenever you wish, you can assist them, sending them back to the light. But if they refuse, you can concentrate in your light and send them far, far away. Tasa, unyaka, ishikaka huwa. Amuwaka bata, otenekitua makata, ose shawata, uototoko shanaka. Your musical instruments are also tools that you can use to send them far, far away. Kaku achane iwan, eshite anakuna, yeto o koaka, oshishaka ot. When you create your own instrument, is an elongation of your soul. Shikauchna is super powerful. Niyaucha ishak auto naka ishikuotana ishitaku kokoaka tukuanaka chichauntu jokuaka. They say, please, Alison, let everyone in the queue speak. That was like more like making a joke at the end. Please allow everyone in the queue to speak. Achuto naka chukoto toto wakata chokoto tachon nakata wata. In your own time, they say, shukuata, tishana kuwata, asuasha.
Thank you so much.
That was very nice. I really liked the instruments. The instruments are when I went to this summer solstice at the Stonehenge recently. The instruments were everywhere, all the drums, and wow, that was from the moment I arrived there. They were playing the drums, the shamanic drums, all type of drums, djembes like these ones, but massive ones. Also congas, like more Latin drums, and everybody was like playing, and that the sound in the background, was lifting your vibration. Not only the land and the Stonehenge itself, but everybody really playing. That was like non-stop all night until the sunrise. And when I left at 6:30, they were still playing. So they were turning, like passing the instrument to others, and they kept playing. So the sound never stopped. The sound never stopped since the moment I arrived. So many hours, and that makes you feel so happy to see thousands of people feeling those vibrations that you feel. The importance of these drums and music in life in order to raise the vibration in planet Earth as well. Eshakuata noro kuhata, shikara ko arata, oneta oko toso, shikuaka, oto sana ko nakawata, ishikuana. And they were talking this they were playing these drums so loud that I could speak the Lai languages loud and nobody will notice. Nobody will notice me. And I was in front of the smallest stone inside the Stonehenge. Suddenly, pushing me, boom, boom, people pushing me. I got to that spot where is the smallest one just in front of me. So I put in my two hands, and for 3 hours I was passing energy to the whole circle of stones. I felt like if I was cruising in the universe, like if that small stone was the wheel of the boat cruising through the universe. And that's the way I pass the energy, and I lifted up the energies over there by passing the energy. It's the only time in the year that they allows you to touch the stones. Only in the solstice, winter solstice, summer solstice, all the solstices. Then they do also a ceremony with druids that lasts like 1 hour and a half, like pagan rituals, and that's so super cool also to watch and see. Shawata. Meli, hello.
Hello.
Haturu kuashata. Do you want to do a blessing? Oh, it's too soon.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Arushatayo rapaya no tokayo no tayarashatio kuro to yatia reshiki tia turu tia tearo shakatia manatia roshatatia maka ia natasho ko payani tia rasha initiaro pa tia tio kopa ia ka tia roshokotia menitia reshe tia no toya manata. Iarashitio kuriti oropayana tishakatio makayo rototia. Ia koratia reshitia natayo rotoya manatio koshakayo notoya rata. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Suana kushukwa tasuto chavata. That was lovely. Wow, so much power. So much power in our Lai languages from the very start. And because we are feeling all this power, we are going to share what happens from Saturday onwards in these Schumann energies and vibrations. Let's have a look. Share. Then I got it here. Let's see if it opens. Have you seen these guys?
Yep.
Okay. I know Sister Allison because she was the one sharing this with me.
Mhm.
I heard about it, yeah. I've
But
seen
this
Yeah.
has been
a couple of years around, but I don't pay much attention to it. Just feeling is enough.
Yeah. I've heard about it, but I'd never actually seen the physical image. But yeah,
so
like
this
Patrick
is
says, you can feel it.
this is usually the pattern that we normally see.
Uh-huh.
At the moment, it has come back to this, to something similar to this, but for a period of time, for almost one day, it was like this, and this happened on the 18th.
Wow.
So the night of this was like it started on the 17th on Saturday, and then it ended here in this graphic at 3 o'clock on the 19th of June. So we've been all feeling massive energies and massive shifting. And it was so interesting that the planet Earth also showed, maybe for the first time. Have you seen this before, Patrick? These patterns?
Yes.
These patterns have happened before?
Yeah, it's happened before.
All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they showed me it for years already, but I never looked at it. But I'm always like, yeah, I know it's just a vibration and blah blah. I just feel it, and that's enough. But
What
say about it.
for many scientific minds is really good. Like we spoke, Alison and I, the other day. Many scientific minds, when we speak about vibration and all of that, they don't really believe us. So this is one of the things to put in their faces, saying, look, it's not only us making that up, and the geometries are really perfect geometry.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was going to say. It looks like sacred geometry.
Totally
like,
sacred geometry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today's, it's showing the light coming down and then the different levels of clearing that we're getting. But like I said, over here by me, they're blocking out the sun. Like, it's so weird. It's just weird.
Alison mentioned before that they are throwing chemtrails.
Chemicals. So the militaries had their planes flying over my head all day. Like, I had to text my daughter in Florida because she's in the Air Force, asking her what was going on, because I was a little concerned. I'm like, this isn't. But then my guides told me exactly what it was. So I was like, oh, okay. They were just doing exercises, but as they were doing exercises, they're spraying the chemicals because they're trying to block out the sun. Because if the sun can't reach the earth, the earth can't raise the vibration. So, that's the story.
Today we can set the intention for that when we do the
Clear
collective light
Yeah.
language to clear up and protect also humans from these chemicals.
And the reason why I started watching the Schumann resonance is because of what I was feeling vibrationally. Like, I've been watching it for 4 years, but I wasn't as aware 4 or 5 years ago as I am now. So I would start feeling a little off kilter, or I would have like anxiety or different kind of symptoms, and I had no idea. So I started checking the Schumann resonance, and it always matched up to the resonance. So that's why I check it, and then I don't even have to check it anymore. But for some reason, I was told to check it, and that's when I saw that chart, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is going on? This is insane." But the energy has kept me in such a euphoric stage, full of joy and love, that whatever needed to be cleared out, I think it was cleared out. I'm sure I have more to clear out, but the main stuff, like the heaviness, the dense energy was cleared out. So
I only check it when Patrick tells me that something is changing, just to double check that he's telling me the truth. No, brother. I have a very cheeky entity here, just wanting to laugh and make jokes. Patrick is also an stimulant on that. He's got also entities from the Elementals that they play with minds and they start being very funny.
Oh, the Elemental?
He's got Elementals and I have
Okay.
a few here, a little bunch here also. Otherwise, I will get sad sometimes. Chuku chuchuak, chichana bakachaka, chuchu wachanaka, chikobata. Let's see if Brother Wesley is writing now. He passed out. He fell asleep. Okay, so let's start thinking. We're not gonna do the grounding because as we've been guided for a while, now for 2 or 3 weeks, we should do the grounding in nature, straight in contact to nature. Ese shawamata neti tanukuto, eseki kontanaka, osenitiko tata, watate kiwakatate, oma asato mata sakatuta, esene kiyoko kotontaine teteo, ene tanumata, esene kawama, ene tanakutata o mata ese, shakuko tanuma, amaka kumachanaka tumanan. Enetata kuota tomachana tukumatata chukum tukupata shiti tukuata inita naka tusotokwa. So we're gonna start straight away with the intentions if you like. Patrick, you are first in the screen, and if Brother Wesley get through, can do his blessing and also do his part if he likes.
I'm assisting everybody's intentions today.
Supporting them.
I have everything already what I need. And
You're full of gratitude.
yeah. I'm surrounded by. I never had this before. So it's awesome.
You don't want a bigger drum? Show the drum. Have you got it there?
Yeah, it's still here.
Look at this drum, Meli. And the other side is super cool. He made it from buffalo skin. Shukuaka.
Wow, that's amazing.
Super cool.
Wanamata wayana.
Yanaku china wataneku chikuata.
Chuku chekatawo chibata. Wacha.
They enjoy showing things just like children. Shinikichanaku chuku chuku wachakata. Chuku machacha. Anyamakacha chuku takata. Batakata kutuku shitakata. Hata wachata.
Sure.
Hachuchanaka chachoka.
Wata.
Nimanyama achicha. Aiku mishi. Ini woku waka kutu chukata. Uchi chakuanata. Uanata. He say, some of you humans don't laugh even if we come and do some tickles. We had to do such a strong effort to make you laugh.
Yeah, I know.
They say, why you so easily get serious and it's so difficult to get a laughter instead. Meditate about it. Why you get so serious so quickly and you don't have the same easiness for laughter. I send them with these light languages because this is a bloody university here, so hard. It's not like for you guys there. I was just answering back that. Shininyana makachuto chana wata. I told them to incarnate here and see how it feels to be in a human body. They say they know, but they like to play and to do tricks. Yeah,
Like children.
Like children, yeah.
You're supposed to be more childlike. You're supposed to enjoy life and enjoy the ride and not be so serious. Exactly. That was one of the messages that I got this morning. Yeah. And then when you were speaking, I guess you were speaking from the elemental. Yeah. I did feel like it felt like it was like tickling. That's what I got. It's like tickling. It's supposed to make you laugh.
And they have this power to make you tickle inside. The way they do it in my solar plexus. Yeah. From inside out. It's so weird. It's not physical. It's like tickling you from your guts somehow. I love it. Let's see the Sleeping Beauty. Hey, Sleeping Beauty.
Hey, actually, you know what happened? Is sorry about that. I was wrecked from work, and I did a small bit of energy work, and as soon as I worked with it, it just knocked me gone.
That's and I was because like, you need it so much, brother.
Yeah. Whoa.
When they knock you out like that, it's because we truly need it as an emergency to rest the body. Kisha gutana, junyua ma kachukua.
Tamua kata kuyawa huayata. Huayawa wata yowata muaka.
Do your blessing in your life, brother. Hachukua chana, huchukua.
Thanks, man.
Oh, I have one question. How can I get my screen like what Melissa has, so I can lay down? Because
you press the symbol of the camera.
Yeah.
It says stop video. That's it. Now is Patrick static.
Alright, I'm still here.
Patrick is already feeling like lying down. The energy is super powerful. Honestly. I love it. They are saying we told you to laugh, not to sleep. It's allowed Brother Wesley to do everything.
Yeah, we'll go show.
You want, brother?
Kiasa o atai kumbawa e kuwaya huata o tata e awatu aka kiama e awaoa o atai asaku nyue awao e awata mau atai akata ki awaua o saia tu akai aku aoa mai akai awao o ai awao muaka ia o muaki awao muaki ia o ai awao mai wa huata ia kadu ia wa Maya kia oya ewa Wakata yakata ewa o ewa o ewa o ewa 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 o ewa 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 o Mai aku atai asai au ai mai au ai au ai au bawa 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 au ai au ta muka bae 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 batuaka Auata ki suakata muakata thank you niku yawa siwa suata ia kia kuata kumuaka shane yawa wata thanks very much shane yawa wata kini kuwa siwa uyawata mawaka thanks very much sunuiwa kawaka payawa tua wa yeah yawa
Wata wata guakata, ocho wana hata umata, sokuaka, tachoata, toaka, otoata, iwaka, otoanata, ota, kuakata, ochu waka, waka wata, jogo to soku to soaka, ota, tuaka, shikuata, hotuana. What I felt while you were doing that blessing, brother, it was like you are doing, they were saying you're doing so well in tuning yourself into the frequencies, becoming a divine instrument of God. Chichawaka! It's so beautiful.
Kinewata, Suakata, Tiwa, Wata, Nia, Wata, Tuaka, Tuakata, Tia, Wata, Tia, Wata, Kutuata, Tuakata, Kirawa, Suakata. Yeah, like pure, dissolved. Yeah, Sunuwaka. Don't you, Suaka.
Wata, Tuwata.
Maiwa.
A light language transmission is worth more than 1,000 words. We can say that. Tushukuata, Chavata. So we can explain much easier just by saying some light languages. Chukuata. Sister Alison, if you want to say your intentions. Well, before we forget, let's send this kin trail, so whatever name they receive. We want to send energy and love to protect us from these chemicals that they are spreading everywhere. Shikuata from planes and stopping the sun from coming to earth. Kikawoma atomaku osagunata. Sorry, Alison.
No, it's okay.
It's like my something talking from the chest, like woo, vibrating.
So my intentions are to help heal Mother Earth and to help make people that are becoming aware of everything that's going on as far as opening up and not, I just don't want them to have a hard time with it. So my intentions are to ask for guidance and help to ease people into the transition as much as possible, so it's not as painful as it was for us who didn't know. So those are my intentions. And to remember who you are also.
Wonderful.
Start having them remember why they're really here and what the ultimate goal of us all being on Earth is, which is unconditional love. So, and I'm sending unconditional love to everybody.
Shokuaka. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shukun tushaka.
Ishoina hata, iverekene ina, poena hata, ishoro uno, usatai kinehe, uvanaha, imenehe ti isahaka, ivoeno hoto ushona okumonaa, isere ena, iahaki, oana ata, isana hata, ikwaire shine ete nahata, isevere kena ata, ota kinehe to usho uinaha, ukuno oto, isaha ike ene o onahata sha inkunahata avehena hasa kuana a ikoena he ishare inahukutore.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Acha, bata. That was the second one in the queue. But there are 1,000 behind them. Atu shaku toto anawatata wata. Yeah, they are so happy that you are opening. Chukuata, tikawata. We are opening many doors. Chishanawaka satsuo. Achanakocha. Iguota huata rina. Karu huaka. Estikawa masa uma. Siyana kokua. Shawa masa. Okotanaika. Ototosa nakota. Celebration. Chakwaka. Chishawaka. Tarukuaka. Chakwaka. Brother Wesley Chukwata. You want to say your sorry, brother. You want to say your intentions. They are so powerful.
Whoa,
Like
I'm gone. Whoa, totally gone. Jesus. Whoa.
Sorry, brother. Sorry.
Thanks very much. Alison, that was lovely. Sanu koya wata. Maya wata. For like the planet, because I'm just getting the planet now, is just harmony as best can be, I suppose, whatever that can be, within current situations. And as Alison was saying again, similar, actually is getting similar to what Alison was saying, certain things, is like just awareness of certain situations that are going on, and yeah, just more more transparency of certain revelations that are coming to the surface to be recognized of who we are. Samua kata kiniea uewa mashiniea taya kuewa ewa uea taya ka uewa muea katiati badududuea kuatata. How much the field has been affected. Bua katakuat what we're doing. Makiniki kikuki akuki te ukatwaka. Mua shinia wa yakutuata. Boto wakataki wata tuyota, so we can feel more the connection of how much the interconnectedness we have. Suakati yakuata, that's a member of the stuff that are going on within the planet. Buakayata kuata kaniwa. Yuwa suiwa katuaka. Whoa, wata. And for myself, it's funny actually Alison said that, because I was just having an experience today, and this is connecting back into myself of a different space beyond time, and embodying that. And what I was told is, remember who you are. You need to remember who you are. And you just remember you are coming into this density, into this form. And yeah, we are the change. Samua katiki ashiniea ua Wasaya Saoya Wakua Muakini Utua Ia Oya Waka Tuaka Yamuaka Chini Waka. Thanks very much. Wata Kuyawata Tuaka.
Thank you, brother. A few days ago, Sister Allison shared with me these graphics from the Schumann's energies. I shared them already few minutes ago, but she mentioned to show it to you, and so I'm going to see if that was something for any reason. Do you get anything from this geometry, Brother Wesley? Maybe I can make it bigger like this. Your mic is in silence. And this started happening last Saturday.
Is it, to be honest, is it like it's kind of breaks? No, is this like penetration? Does it, is like a is a penetration feet? Is this kind of
you get penetration?
Is it like a kind of breaking up like certain solidifying matter and stuff? Is that what it's reading, or I'm curious. Scientific.
It's the Earth's electronic. Oh my goodness. The electromagnetic frequency of the Earth.
Yeah.
So that's the Schumann resonance. So it's measuring the electromagnetic energy from the Earth. So the sun was spitting out M-class flares, and then this showed up on the Schumann resonance. And normally it doesn't look like this. Normally it looks like the one on the right-hand side. Left-hand side. So I was curious because you work with a lot of sacred geometry and stuff. I was wondering what your take on this was.
Well, it's funny because what I'm kind of saying, it looks like it's kind of, and it's kind of funny because there's a lot of things I'm listening to just recently, and it's like X and O's, and they talk about the matrix and stuff. So what I was going to get in my head there is like X and O's and this and that. It looks like it's just breaking through patterns. That's what I'm kind of getting. It looks like it's like kind of just like not distorting it, but trying to break it up, because it looks like it's trying to break it up. So break up whatever's going on. That's what I'm seeing. It looks like it's coming in like just breaking stuff up. That's what I'm getting.
I feel removing densities. Removing density with geometry.
And if you look at the top, then it looks like it's. I'm just curious about the top. Like, is it coming from? Is it different layers?
Yes.
So coming from, like, is the lower level the earth, and then there's like, what would you say, unraveling from it, or is it just? That's why I was curious on the whole. Like, is it? Am I looking at from the earth field to above, or is it just everything?
That's the measurement of the Earth. That's the frequency that the Earth gives off, but it was never that high.
Whoa.
I mean, it was 190 the power.
Whoa, that's unreal.
Yeah. So, and then they did a sound frequency. Like, I guess they recorded the sound, and it sounded like a heartbeat. Yeah. It was super freaky.
That's unreal. Whoa.
And now it's back to normal, but you have all of the white lines coming down, which is giving us downloads and breaking, opening us up and doing a lot of clearing. That's what I'm getting from it. But I wanted to see your take because you do work with geometry.
Yeah, so like as you speak, you're working with geometry as you speak. So as soon as you do this and you're working with it as you speak, like that's what I feel. Because that's like it's breaking up like what's happening in the planet. We are breaking up certain octaves, transforming, really recreating existence as it is into form. So that's why we're speaking energetic codes within form, and that's what's breaking up the field. So it's like turning everything inside out and then turning through. So the the mind. That's why the mind. That's why we're kind of going beyond the mind, because the mind is this, that. This is breaking up the whole field, and that's what it's kind of reorganize of information that's already there, really, because the information's already there, because it's and actually it's funny because I was talking about this last night. The more we run this through, the more it's just start breaking it up, because that's what it is. We're breaking up the field. We're just breaking up the field, and it's expanding, and that's why it's even running through, even thought formations and all that stuff. It's breaking up all that too.
Okay.
That's why that's totally, and this is what, I'm very careful what I do share, but that's what it does. That's what we're doing. We're actually breaking up, and when I say we, it might be more me, and then that could be us, and then it expands, and again, that's what we're doing. We're just breaking up thought forms, we're breaking up densities, we're clearing fields, and you all knew, like, as soon as you started speaking about this, it's you're streaming it through, because if you didn't know, exactly,
Okay.
So even when you're describing it, your work with geometry, you're like an overlapping. It's like the way I kind of see it now. It's like they're spinning axis point code. Not even it's like
Yeah.
you're like spinning discs. So it's like light. You're spinning light. Like there's lights being spun around the place. That's what's happening. That's what the grid work. Yeah. So it's funny because so it's like, I'm only speaking it because when I see it, when you speaking it, you can see it being worked through the field. Like, yeah.
I didn't realize. I just thought I was talking with my hands, but I guess my subconscious knows better than I do.
Yeah. Like as soon as you speak, I just feel it. As I feel it, you see it, and understand it, and actually seeing it being encoded into your field of existence.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And actually, oh yeah, no worries. That's just the way. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And the more, not even the more. Yeah, like that's what we're doing. We're pure mathematics. We're pure mathematics, except that we're beyond, like, it's beyond the mind. It's beyond the mind. Even we're working with the mind, but then we're beyond the mind at the same time. And it's super interesting. Super. Yeah. This is like, it's super interesting. Yeah. Like, super. Even people I've worked with in spirituality to certain things, I write down stuff. Like, I could write down stuff. And even if I was in Canada or whatever, and whatever we wrote down is actually, it's like, so that's what's happening. We're either writing down for everything, and it's so it's like it's being written. It's like we're writing reality into existence. So it's actually, the way they call it with scriptures and the books and stuff. This stuff is like key. Like, this stuff is key. Like, we're writing a language, and this thing is that people are feeling it. The something that's written down, and then people are actually feeling their own energetic body. That's I think that's at another level.
Yeah.
This is what we're working with. So it's like, whoa, I think that's like that's scripture stuff. Like, like if you go through mantras, whatever, we're just putting on the mantra there. We're speaking, we can speak whatever we're speaking. So we got all these octaves going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go way out there with all this stuff.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Again, and what all of us are doing. Yeah, even though I know there's a lot of, but that's what we're doing to. I would imagine we're doing to flipped the script in a lot of ways too. Like,
Yeah, things are
yeah,
definitely changing. You can feel it. You can
yeah,
feel it. Oh, it's good.
yeah, yeah. All about the heart, isn't it? It's all about
Excuse
the
me?
heart, like. It's all about the
Yeah.
heart, like. It's all about the heart. The heart.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's it's like it's the intelligence and heart already knows, like, certain deep understanding of, like, core essences actually that's going on, where the mind can be structure, like, or the heart is like beyond structure, and they come into form. It's embracing the mind as well at the same time. So
Mhm.
yeah, great stuff, Alison. That's you're super tuned in.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh no, thanks for sharing that. It reminds me, I'm actually going to Mount Shasta in well, I'm on my way. I'm going to the States in a month.
When
So
are you coming?
I'll go to the States in about 26th of July. I'm flying into Canada, and then
Okay.
I'm staying in Canada for a couple of days to sort out some stuff, and then I'm flying into San Francisco the 1st of August, and then
Nice.
a friend's coming over. He's from here. He's involved in some stuff that I'm, well, similar-ish in some of the things that we're connected to, and he wants to. He's come from Peru, so he's on to me to fly to Peru, but he's going to Peru. He's flying into Peru then to meet me in the States, and we're going to go on a road trip. So it's saying Mount Shasta. It's hopefully, well, Sedona and Santa Fe, and yeah, and my buddy's super. He's a cool fella.
All of those areas, the ley lines are insane. They're
Yeah,
insane. And people
and
that are energetically sensitive to it. So, you got your hands full coming over here, man, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. You're going to be doing it without even realizing it, or maybe you will be realizing it. I don't know.
yeah, Shasta. Like, I was up in Shasta in 2017, 16, 17, I was 17. So yeah, I was like, I felt like actually I was back home. Like,
Yeah.
Shasta was, yeah, Shasta was an interesting place. Sedona, I was in Arizona, and I was in Sedona. Probably drove past Sedona in 2002. And
Sedona's gorgeous.
yeah, I think I just feel I have the feeling to definitely, because even I got, actually, there's been two people at the same time. My other buddies come from Canada. I was on to be to go to Peru. They don't even know each other, and they're into
Mhm.
similar stuff. So I said, look, I won't go to Peru because I'd want to go for a couple of months. But the States were calling me. I feel calling more the States, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be super interesting. Yeah. And I hear as well there have been, like, even Mount Shasta, a good friend, and she's gone now, but I think they were having fires and stuff, weren't they, lately? Well, the last couple of years. I
Hmm.
think there have some forest fires, and yeah. It'll be interesting, just the whole layout of, the way how consciousness is expanding. And sometimes, things can go different ways as well. So I'm curious of what way it's, because the Shasta is super, super interesting. Super
Yeah, I
fun.
heard Mount Shasta is amazing. I have to get out there one of these
Yeah.
days.
You'd love it. You'd love it.
Yeah, I would. My
Yeah.
daughter that's in the military, she's moving out to Washington State. So in about a year, she's getting out of the military and she's going out to Washington State and to live. And I can't wait, like, to get out to that area. I've never been to that side of the country. As far as I've been was New Mexico and Las Vegas and the Hoover Dam, and I touched Arizona
Yeah.
with my finger. Literally, that was it. That
Yeah.
was as far in Arizona as I got. So yeah,
Yeah. Like, I even, and you experienced that. Like, even, I even noticed, like, in Vegas, it's, for me, come from Ireland, it's like, you're on a different planet. That's what, like, it is like you're in a different planet. Like, I noticed when I went to I got invited to Shasta. The gang, they're all women. They're lovely, super lovely bunch, super lovely bunch. And I was outside the road just waiting, or you know the way to stop off at the shop or whatever. And I went outside, and I felt like it was like the desert, and I was like, "Oh, this is like I could stare at it for weeks." It was just like the whole vibe of the place. I loved it. In the middle of nowhere, places like that. I like just landing in places that's like no script and just like total. You just feel a total connection to the place.
Yeah. I didn't like actually the city of Vegas, like where they have all the casinos, but we went out to the mountains and there was like lavender color stones out there. I've never seen like red rocks. As soon as we drove in, I was so taken with the beauty. I couldn't stop crying. When we pulled up to pay to get into the state park, the woman's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I'm just so overwhelmed. It was so overwhelming, the amount of beauty that was there.
Whoa.
It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And I almost felt like I was home, which is weird, you know?
Whoa.
So.
Yeah, the texture and just the whole feeling of the places. I actually think the place in the States, texture and actually the whole feeling of. I know it's certain parts of the States, and then you get places of the States similar to Ireland. Just the whole genetic farm makeup and stuff. But the other place, like, yeah, it's like you're coming. It's like a different planet. Which I love it. Love that. Yeah, it's very good. That, and actually, thanks for sharing that. Actually, because I wasn't there a big kind of a thing going on in Shasta? I think because I met a gang. I actually met them up there. Actually, I ended up connecting with a few of them. The harmonic convergence. I think it was in the 90s. Was a harmonic convergence. It was another big thing. I think there's a movie made of it.
And then there's a lot of people that go out there to see if they could spot. Well, they invite the star people to come. So let's see, like the light ships and all that. They do that too, out there. So it's really cool.
And I would imagine that a few of us here are connected to those things that they're invited through as well. Because even this, while we go work, would be a part of that. Yeah, it's interesting. Like when I actually went up there, I don't know, I was probably repeating this no loads of times even in here. They talk about, when people talk about aliens, like, and I know like what we're working with taps into all different forms and all different intelligence, it's the same thing. But for a human experience, when I was in Shasta, up in the forest in Shasta, if who I was connecting with were like the most human aliens I've ever met anywhere in the world.
They say that the tall whites are out there.
Yeah, I just said it. The thing that popped into my head was a tall, white. Even the hair texture, the hair was different. Eyes were different. Genetic. The whole form of the whole. That's the other thing I noticed is, you know, the way, like, I can't speak for everyone come from Ireland, no. But or electromagnetic grid force within our whole face structure and our whole dynamic of speaking, talking, and we're probably a bit different now because we're working with this intelligence and stuff. But the whole form of just the whole face structure and their whole way is just different. Like it's
they're very tall. They're very thin.
Very thin. Yeah.
They look very Scandinavian, from what I heard.
And
with the light colored hair and the blue eyes and everything.
And the skin is different, and it's funny then the person, like, I had a good laugh. I was actually having a laugh off. There was one guy I met and I was gonna have a laugh off. And there was a workshop. Actually, there was a light language thing. The crew I was with were doing a kind of a there was some activations and stuff going on, but he ended up kind of just fell in. He was just chatting to me, sitting down. There was a gang of them just up in the forest, living up in the forest in Shasta. But yeah, like the whole setup of people in meeting is definitely hopping off a different spectrum, really, of reality. Yeah, so fast, totally fascinating.
I don't like calling them aliens. I call them star people. They're star people. They're from the stars.
Yeah, and then if you go into it, like even what I work with, that's why the what I would work with, this stuff I would share would be from the star nations, like so yeah, like the First Nation. Like soon as I land there, they were saying welcome home, and I was like, thanks very much. Suakata kini ya muaya wa yawa suakata kutodo ya wa oya muya kuya ya wata muakata shiwa wata yawa sukowayata suniwa shinewata. Star people, people stars. Siwakata yawa wata muakata. That's the intelligence we're working with, isn't it? Suniwa. Shuakatayawa. But yeah, I know. I saw so many labels and so many terms too. Yeah, like even in Australia, the Australian people of the people they call they basically want to be called they only recognize as the First Nations people of Australia, and I imagine that even their term of Australia would be different, isn't it? I think the name of Australia, which is super fascinating too. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
And there's so much history too. Like that's like, I don't know. So at this stage, I'm like going, you can't even believe half the stuff at the top. Yeah. It's unreal. Like history is like, seems like it anyway. It's just being created. So to say. So a lot of stuff I come across. It's like, whoa. Even battles as well. Like some of the battles are going on. There's like some of it was just even recreated, created. Some of them even exist. It's fascinating. Totally fascinating. Like amazing in ways. Like whoa. Like this is interesting. Like wow, this is at another level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Is your daughter? Is she leaving the military, or is she's just had enough of it?
She had enough. She's been there for 5 years. She was in England for 3 years. We couldn't see her. Then she came, and now she's in Florida. She's her boyfriend got out. He's going to be getting a job with Boeing, I believe. Whoa. And she's going to get out, and she's going to be working for my husband's company, taking care of a whole bunch of different stuff. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
good experience. I'd imagine she's some good experience being in the army, though, I would imagine.
She's had good and bad. It's been mostly bad. Like her health is declining. It's just been very stressful. Yeah. It depends on who's running our country. So, whichever president is running our country at the time, everything changes. So the military is not as supported right now as it was when we had our last president in, because he was all about the military. This one is about the military. So, and they suffer. Our military people suffer. So she's just like, and I keep telling her, are you sure? Because you and she's like, Ma, I can't do it anymore. And I'm like, well, you have to go on your own path. I'm going to stop, asking you, what you want to do. Like, you're 23 now. And, my son went through the same thing. My son did 4 years Air Force and got out. He was like, nope, I'm done.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
That's real. That's unreal. They must be unreal talented. And like, especially the Air Force, they have the coordination. And
well, you know what they were doing? They were forcing them to get their shots. That's the reason why her boyfriend got out. Shots. Unreal. Yeah. Whoa. She had gotten her COVID shots and he didn't, and they threw him out. But he wasn't like fired. It was weird. He just wasn't allowed to renew his. But then on his medical papers, it says that he did get the shot. he was like, so did he get the shot or not? Like,
Whoa.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
just want, you just want your kids to be happy. So whatever path they take, as long as they're happy and healthy and living productive lives, I don't care what you do. Be happy, you know? So, yeah. But no, I'm excited that she's moving out to Washington State because Washington State is gorgeous. So, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it is, right. I heard it is. I actually, well, there's someone I connected with. She was in the army as well. She was in the army, but she moved to Washington too as well 5 years ago. But yeah, that's I'd say the dynamics is interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ishonate, ikanahesete, na
Wayawata.
Isanohoto umanaka esate rekene idna uena hatasha. Ikuera hasa imana ato uku shuvene ekisitire hene.
Ana. Wawasako wayawata kweneuka kuwa. Wayawata suwakata.
Tatu kontana, seoko toko shaka, otoko atana, kotonaka, tishanaka.
Shawata.
Ikanahate.
Uwata. Siyawata.
So let's.
Wow, the energy shifted, huh? It got really serious. Bring those elementals in.
That's why, that's why I nodded, because they were telling me speak light languages to shift the energy, and you did it straight away. I didn't have to, but then Brother Wesley started, and then I felt like connecting them as well. Tichuaka. Nelly, do you want to say your intentions?
Hi. So I'm getting called to like say a little story on the reason of my intentions. Is like yesterday, although I was working, I felt really, really grounded. I've been inviting I can't say it, the Ho'oponopono. Yeah, mantra into my life, and yeah, so I want to like be more consistent with that, and I just joined a lot of like different various groups and did my own meditation. I spent 2.5 hours saving a bumblebee, and I felt like really like at oneness with everything. And then I was picking flowers for my ritual for the solstice, and we were all making little wishes or our intentions or what we wanted to manifest, but we created a signal with them, with the words. And Segal is it, or but we created that, and it was just the creativity and the oneness. We're working with Mother Nature and the herbs and everything, that I just felt like my heart was so happy. So I want to do more of that and bring more oneness and opening my heart with like things like that, and just to be grounded in to Mother Nature and explore that more. And I would like to bring in a balancing of the solar plexus, especially with the solstice, like the color of the sun, just for everybody just to kind of know that they are the leader of their lives and that they've got power within them. For myself is also, and I would like to bring in the ancestral energy as well, and just to kind of lift the veil of like all the distractions that are around, and bring back like the old teachings, the old healings, and just be open to receive them. And the music, the chanting, the drums, the women's circles, like just the circles, just everything that's like that we already have knowledge of but we've forgotten, And I would like to just bring that into the collective as well, and just to feel more free, I suppose, and one with Mother Earth. Yes, that's
Wonderful.
it. And gratitude.
That's awesome. Chuguaka, chaguaka, tachuguaka.
That song you dropped through, actually, Melissa, was awesome. As in, like, the First Nations, the women singing there just during the week. I was like, either in the car, I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
It was powerful.
Oh, unreal. Yeah. It was like, whoa. Yeah. So connecting. So connective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So amazing. Yeah, those chants are like, whoa.
And it's not even the old, like, it's not even just the ancestral teachings. It's like the teachings that we have in books, like from maybe a couple of hundreds of years ago, that seem to know more about what's going on in the world and the laws of the universe than the collective do today. And there is more and more expanding their awareness towards that. And I've noticed a lot more people mentioning the solstice as well, and there's like more energy around. But I feel like we need to bring those old teachings back for us to remember, instead of like all the distractions and the social media and everything like that. Just get back into to Mother Earth and ground and land. Yeah.
We've been told for so many years from our light languages coming from the ancestors to come back to our essence. Not getting that so many distractions about information. Starting the house from the roof. They always told us to start everything from you, from getting to your essential grounding and connection, and from there you will build up anything that you want. The light languages have been doing a lot of work in trying to make people understand that, yeah, information is great, but a lot of that information has been distraction. So yeah, I really support that you say, because I've been trying to say many times, and I still get people messaging me in Messenger with questions that they are like, really, this is not that important now. I mean, I can answer to you this, but if you are not doing your grounding, if you are not connected to Earth, anything that I tell you about that subject is not gonna do anything really. So, especially when I get the vibration from that person who is asking, and I feel that it's not even grounded. So you say, wow, there's many more important things, which is self-love and loving others before you start going so much into so many extraterrestrials. And like Brother Wesley was saying before, we have here natives, Americans, we have here aboriginals, we have so many beings who were here on Earth before us, and who can teach us so many things, so many things. We don't have to go that much to the outer world to know what is going on here, because as you say, it's already here. And our ancestors that we are not respecting enough, because we are still killing the Amazon, we are still destroying the places where they live, just to get wood and keep building up, I don't know, like concrete cities. So yeah, there is a lot of signs that I had to do last month, supporting people who were asking from Brazil and from South America, asking for signatures to support these people. So we need to, it's already here, and we can learn from them so much. We've been told so many times, take care of your ancestors, because they can tell you, they have the information that we need. It's already here. Hatachukata, Kika, Waka, Chichawata. Yeah, Alison.
Melissa, I have a
Yeah.
book that I want to recommend to you.
Uh-huh.
It's called Buffalo Woman Comes Singing.
Okay.
It's about the Native American traditions, women's Native American traditions, and it helps empower you. My daughter read it when she was going through whatever she was going through, and it's such an amazing book. So it's on Amazon.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, you could go on Amazon and look it up and just read what it's about and see if you're interested. But my guides just told me, I haven't looked at this book in like, I don't know, 7 years, and they told it came through for you. So yeah,
I
it's
love
called
that. I'll definitely look into
If you
it.
want, I can take a picture and put it in the group chat so you can see what it is.
So,
Yeah,
That
okay, I'll do it now.
Chukwachaka.
Yep.
Chukwachaka.
And I think a lot of these things that we do in our daily practice, just gratitude or saying the Hawaiian prayer or mantras or praying, it's so easy and effective, but you just have to be consistent. You've just got to stay in the light, like be the light, project the light. And yeah, it's crazy how you've just got to have that self-love for yourself to be consistent with what you want. If you want changes, then it's simple little things that you can change in your daily life, but yet so many people don't. So I'd like
They
to
still are trapped in the mind by believing that the more they know, the more theory they know, the sooner they're gonna get to happiness. And it's not there. It's not. It's here. It's based in simplicity, in something that everybody has access. They didn't make this world to complicate it. We make it. We made it complicated. In essence, everything is much simpler, much simpler. That's why our aboriginals, that's why all the natives, they pray to the elements, they pray to the the pagans. They were calling the animal spirits as well, and the elements and the elementals and the fairies and all these beings that they are based in simplicity, in laughter, in light, nature. We got so detached from that, so detached.
It's a very freeing space.
Say again, Melly?
I said it's like a very freeing feeling when you just connect to Mother Nature. Like you feel grounded and you feel your mind
feel a
is
child again.
Yeah, you feel like a child.
You feel cheerful.
Yeah.
You feel that you don't need anything. I went to this celebration in the Stonehenge in my own as well, and I was so happy. I mean, I met so many people. You see, whenever I was in one place, whenever I was moving, there was somebody talking to me. It's just like maybe that years ago, I wouldn't even thought about it.
No.
Going in my own, and now it's something that I don't even think. I just
feel
go.
it.
Just go. Kuata, chokuata.
Tuakata. And the other thing with I totally resonate, Ishmael, what you're saying there. Every year is different too. Every people are certain unfoldings and realities. Well, people are different, having different perspectives. So interesting, the consciousness is expanding. The older ways as well, and like it's not all the teachings I know, but it's back to you, just putting the power back to you. So instead of someone create a teaching and then getting them to be so it's instead of taking the power off, like it's actually putting the power back to the person, so they can connect into whatever they feel they're they're
like
divine
plugging us
connection. Yeah,
back to source, no?
back to source. Yeah, connected. So it's like, yeah, like that's what I feel like. Yeah, or Alison was talking about White Calf. Like I heard of something. As soon as I heard of White Calf Buffalo Woman's song or things, I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. But it's funny because what was coming through me was relating to the transmissions were related to the songs and stuff. So I think the older the ancient ones they were able to communicate with the earth. And they were able to voice it, but the earth was speaking back to them. So, and the stars were speaking back to them, or whatever their ancestors were speaking back to them, or they didn't even have to understand everything. Just come back to them because they were already connected to that. And that was beyond explanation. But I feel that there was the heart. There was all to do with the heart, and they were coming back to themselves. Like, I think it's just coming back to ourselves. We come back to ourselves. It's funny because you can get, as soon as it says selves, it says cells, or cells even nearly get activated from speaking of the older stuff. Like, I know it's even beyond time anyway, but yeah, it's super interesting, super interesting, and that's what, like, the whole planet's going on a quest. It's like we're all going on a quest. Unraveling that information that we're already tapped into anyway. Yeah.
Those geometries in the Schumann's energy graphic that I showed before, what I get from that is also a massive activation that happened to everyone, and is related to these things that we are talking now. Activating Earth to activate humanity and every being on the surface, so that we can get back to her. Ishiyaka utana purely, authentically. Kachuna ekiwa. Chisha utana wata. Chuaka kuana. Chakuta. Shukuata. Release fears. Ninyaka, you have nothing to lose. Akuchanakao. Utanakata oche. Etitanaka kutara. Arikata turanaka, oria katurma kacha, ichaguma, niyanaka pukaguata. Remember your roots. Shigawuma, chikawana, and spread your roots everywhere in earth. Tika anyagu kuanya, tukutana cha, akuka wuka, teseshi waka, teniyanana, tukuntana. Many of you have been incarnated in trees. Iniakawata, you can get back to your memories and essence in how to expand this energy through your roots, using your third eye and going into nature. Ikawutishau, itara kakawato saku, nakawata. Be expression, don't be afraid. Niñaka, Jishanaka wata. Awana, your child, your inner child has so many things to say. Niyaumaka, it has been for a long time waiting. Ninanamuma, Nitaaku, Eseki Rakatunkana, Enishaka oka, Achuatatuanacha. Oh, Kuana, everything is coexisting and you are helping each other in ways that you can not even imagine. Chikawana, but you can feel it and you know this in your chest. Chiana Wuruma, Atakona, Echiakuana Kawana, unify, Miawana, men and women, Tika Wumaka, Chichana Kutana Wata. Remember, you have both powers, feminine and masculine energy within you. Eniyanaka ocheanakara chisana. Oninaka wata. Time for communities. Time to unify. Niyawama, men and women in your world. Nikawama. Enechaka ochetana. Ichiti anakoko achako chocho makauta tata tuko chocho kuacha. Mama chaka chukotaka. Then my intentions are to release any fear that we might have towards death, what we call death, the way we see it in this side of the world. Alison and I, we started a project. I also started this project with another lady from Argentina. And this project is talking about death and letting light languages and information to come through so that we can support humanity, brothers and sisters, in this process of releasing fears so that we can live better without them. Shanakote, as we release fear, naturally we live life more to the full. Jishagun tanakawata, chechawanata oto shoko otana, ego toko oto. You are more than welcome to participate. This comes from me and from my higher self and from my guides. If you want to participate in this project, you are more than welcome. Eshikawata, and today this is also my intention to send love and light to everyone in planet Earth so that they can release all these fears and live life better. Chana ko chana wota, anna wakana, help everyone to understand that death is only a process, it's the continuation of living, it's a rebirth, nyakuana, in another state where we come back. Tishawakana, Tiwakata, Onnaku Toto Showaka. And I want to ask for myself also for support from all souls and energy to protect and also support this project so that everything unfolds the best way possible and that this love and light also reach as many people as possible. Tanai Shiwa Manaku Maka Ishanaroka Atots Achana Wata. And I want to send love and light also to every brother and sister on planet Earth, including everyone in this group, so that you do that you feel the call to do, so that they release any fear or obstacle that might be still there, stopping you from expressing everything that you want to say or to do. Miyakumakatawata Chishawaka. Want to send love and light to everyone, including everyone here in the group, for the activation of all your gifts and any other gifts that might be supporting the process of bringing to earth everything that we need to get back to the essence, Shamana, to who we truly are. Naraka. From there, we will get everything else. Jianaruma, Chikawatana, Tapata. And these are my intentions. Thank you. Whenever you like, if you want to participate in this transmission, please activate your microphones. If you are at home and you want to ask for an intention also, or do your prayers, please do that. If you want to join us anytime you are watching this video, please join us. Any contribution is it means a lot. Whether you are sending that love towards yourself or to the planet or to your neighborhood or anything is a contribution, a massive contribution. So please join us. Niniyamakawata, Ehuakata. Use this love that is always free. Inyaku tanata. Activate the unconditional love. Nikawamata shako tanakata. Enekiuru kwa katamakutana. Asakua tanakuta makatauma. Enamaha ho hataku. Haka kumachana kumakahana kumacha. Kumachitana mama kumachana. Tonakata shintiu. Anatai shikukuama. Chana kumakata kamache chana. Omatana katuma cheche. Akakatoma tatamama chumate. Techikima. Chachana kum. Tanakate. Haranamata chukurubata. Shanurmaka chutsanarakacho shata. Chanavapa paragu o jeneki umakara. Chishaguarakata. Jawababa. Jumakacha.
Jawata. Suatata. Kuyawata. Kuyawata. Uyawata.
Oh, Jawaba.
Uyawa.
Chijawaga.
Suyawa.
Chamata.
Yama. Uwa.
Jawababa.
Uwata. Iyawata.
Oh, Yaba.
Muakata. Kiyawa.
Dowiya waga. Jawaba jaga. Chukubata.
Uwayawa. Awaya.
Jababa. Chupapapa. Chumapapapa. Chumapapapa.
Ukuwayata. Mayawa.
Jawaga.
Muaka. Uaka iyaka. Ewa. Wata.
Chama chama chukuba. Chisha kuka guaka. Chachubata. Chanaba.
Mata.
Tupatata. Tikabata.
Muata.
Tu batata. Chinadata. Kopatata. Chinabaka chatu. Tukubata. Chukubata. Chatuma. Kachakataka. Kututu. Chukataka. Hamata chama chupachaka. Abababai. Chupapapai. Chumaba. Chumaba.
Ya tuya. Hamna taisha. Hamna taisha.
Chua baca ibu baka. Cucu kuat. Chua cama baca. Apa bayu apa? Cui cakuak. Cuma
Juga penting buat tahu tahu.
Apa cama cuba caku cuku sita. Cuma cama ku cuci kapapa. Cawata. Cuma nyama kaca.
Uwata.
Cama macu mama cama macu kama. Cuko cana kuci cana mapaku. Sama macaku macana nama. Cuma makan cakapapu. Capa kacu. Cama cu cana gatu tanaka. Cucana maka cucata. Ca ca ca. Cuma kama cuma. Cana maka bapa cu. Cuma kata tuku besi. Tataka kuba papa. Sama baka cuka. Cukuku cukua. Kaku. Kakuma. Tesene kikuwaka. Tamako tarata. Tamajumata. Sana kumata. Sama kumata. Minama kajumata. Minama. Sanumata. Cha chu cha cha.
Cawaca. Dia aku tahu manu kata pi. Uya tu kata kana. Ati kana mata.
Harapata cukup. Cukup.
Kat dia cuka tahu.
Cuma
Dia tu man. Cipu tawa tak kiam bawa. Siapa sih? Dia tu siapa?
Siapa bapa cupa cukup. Sana tu bata. Nana kucana. Urun bapa. Cupa. Tanaka. Cusana.
Rotoya Ishiki Rotoya Rasheti Natia Roha Ia Opa Ia Ota te kitia ma ota te are shikayo mondo te no no te are ia pure tia kiti mana tia ara ota tia na pure tia ayo pure tia pupa tia shikayo mana tia ayo no to yare tia ara io pure ia re tia to na tia to ya mana tia re shikayo no to tia na tia puro to tia ia na oko to yo no to ya ma ia re chiaro to tia tia ota ia ma chiaro ayo coro to tia chiaro ora tia ia na tia to ona ia
Ishanai sotoi kumihite imana atai soto ukura he nakat itwara shana enene eti kene hete hivashana oto usotoi naka itoshana e para ana aname e ki shana oto soro to onoene ivo kono osoto shine ete harakana anamane e toe feshe e kuashana atat MISA hana ka I toshava I na Ivashana ikutoro Namana isatakine hete iti Uana ata Ishara kana isora kushunu Ive esata ikere ina atisho opoe hene Namana osoto ikuana hata Ivena akasa hi uana hata
Shindaraka akontata, innaraka tantorakata, miyamaka nanjishana, araka tuntaraka, aku maraka shandaraka, isana kumatanaraka, ahatanaraku hotonaka, iltanaku tantana, o naka hayanaku akatanaku makatanakiku maka. Inakatu makata takumakasha Akawamakaku akawumakahu makahu Amaku amakahu makahu Chanakata tukuma chanakumat inikana akatuka katush oko shanako koto sana anarako tachana kakoaka teshata tukoaka chishanaka kuntana ene kawama anaumaka tanumata atsana kumata ene katumata sana korokoto sana aoko akata ntuaka Anotanaka tamaka tumata senaka uamaka. Anata santania naraka. Aturu makata. Esanaka kuota ta to koata nakuaka. Tatukuaka. Haka kutuaka.
Kuataya, kuataya, huaya, maya. Kuataya, kaya, kuaya, maya. Maya, kuaya, maya, huaya. Kuakaya, kuataya, maya, waya. Muakaya, kaya, maya, waya. Muakaya, kaya, maya, maya. Muakaya, kuakaya, maya, waya. Kumakaya, kuakaya, kaya, maya. Nuakaya, kuakaya, maya, waya, waya, maya, waya, maya, waya. Maya, wa. Maya, wa. Maya, wa, waya, wa, waya, waya, wa, waya, wa, wa. Waya, waya, waya. Uaya wata wakataya wata mawa yawa sawa wata yawa wata wakata mawa mawata jawa sayawa bayota sawa sayawa jawa 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 yawa jawa jawa
Ia kasha ko manangiti are kota ya resha tatia kota ya rati o rati o kusha kota ya maniti ya ratati ya rati o koto te ya riti ti riti. Ia kota ya renoto te ya nati ya rashaka ya noto ya patata koi shikatati ya tayo monota ya riti ya nota. More fun, more dancing. Ati aro shokayo mona ati aro. Ati ako shikiti apaya no tuyo ranata tia nata tia mara tia nati shukoto yo morota tia ratayo no tuyo rata. E akora tia natasha konoto to tia no natata. E akore meningiti ara shakayo no tuyo rata tia nata tia orosho kopaya no tia rata yo rasha tia kanata ya roto tia manata. I kiara shetia no toyo ramanatia tia note ya manatia kiara sha ia kiara tia bayo no toyo rasha tiara tayo monota ya retiara o baya tiara tiara shata tia mokoto ya tia. Ia kore na tiara bayo na tiara sha tiara tata tiara pa 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 piara Iara shatia koriti kia kapayo no toyo kora tatia no tosho ko mananata.
wata
Wata.
mawai wai wa waka iwa
Shawaka
wata
chukua chatakua. Hanaku mata nauma hanakubaka achamama kumata anukuwa mata tina kumata tato makata umaka henaka kunkanaka katutana te satana kumaka honamacha homanacha 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 hecha babaka tukuaka tachaka kukuata Chikamaka tutukuaka tanakubata enakumata chekiwaka chukumata teshana tunarakata so.
Sai koe tia tiara tia monotia kura shatatia manata. Kota ya nata ya rata ya mokura ta. Iareshakia natapayo kora tatia papasha kota. Ikia patia nata shaka tia pakio noto toya reshakitia manatia rashatatia mokore tia tatia rata. Ia kaya manetia rashatia notoyo rashakia netia rashatatia notoyo rapaya netia shakora tatia manatia rashaka. Ia natasha kobayanitia rashakobayanitia kota. Tekia manoto yoretiano teoro data. Ia komananitia rashatatia more tia tioro shakopayanitia rata. We need to take a moment to look back on how far we have grown. We are blossoming into the most beautiful flowers that bring light onto this earth plane. Yaroshakotia manati ashototia bakia diaroshakotia nataya ropatia shakotoya retia natatia ratata. Each one of you are so very important. Atia roshakototia netia rashatatia natia roshakoto natia rashatatia manatia rashatata. As the seeds fly through the air to create new plants, this is what we are doing. We are being the light. We are spreading our seeds to grow more plants. Atia roto tiare shikitia manata ya roto tia manata ya kora tatia natatia rashaku paya netia rashakatia no toyo rotata ya nata. Ia komare netia rashakea manatia roto tia mananitia rashakora tatia manata ya rashakoto ya manata. Pratia noto kaya kia roto te amanata kopa tinata tia kato to papa io ko rete anata shakupayo io ropa inata.
Chavata. Oh, magaro kotaka, sakota, tika wakata ko tanaka. Achiwaka utuanaka. Ichiomaka otakawata. Jumaka te shako. Tanakota tikawa. Chawata tusana. Be the fire, be the wind, be the water. Janaku ataka atotawata. Tikuana, be the four elements. Shanakuana, while you spread the seeds. Nikanakuana, Shawana, be the elements to help them grow. Kanaku tuana, become Tukuana, Tawata, star from yourselves. Juaka, become the four elements. And beyond, Tanakutan, Tuaka, you know already how to do it. Anako kikawakata eshaka ata uwaka nakuntanaka teshanakata ahokana tasotanaka arukana shana.
Bauataya warataya wa.
Namata tubata ruaka.
Bauataya wa.
Sonara mahayaka tuaka. Chumaraka tumaka. Tanakutuata. Chakutuaka.
Bauataya wa. Bauataya kuwakaya.
Machanaka namaka tanumaka. Te akao tanahe namaka kutana kuata chakuata chisha nakahu hakao makatai sanakata nama chanama kachayina o makata te kakumakata kakumata takumata taka hakao Takumaka, Takumaka, Takumaka. Shakumaka.
Pawotaya kaya ko ay awa. Kaya ko ay awa. Mawa kaya ay awa. Mawa ay awa tayo awa.
Shakumaka.
Mawaka, tuwaka, wa, Matua.
Turuguaka, Tarakutuaka, Tarukuaka, Toma Chanamaka, Tu Chokomata, Chikikuaka, Ona Narakuata, Arujutonta Yaka, Chona Karokota, Sanarakota, Echuana, the tribes are coming together. Mikawata to unite one tribe. Niga Kuntana, Chishana Tuma, Henatan, dissolve the differences. Iyanahumaka, Tiana, find the balance of enrichment. Enikanaka Awaka, Sanaruaka Tanaru Sana, Enekaokaka Tacho Sanaka, Anumaka Tasodnaka, Eneyanakutana Tesanahukana, Kikawata. Follow your guidance and you'll be safe. Narakuaka, nothing to be afraid of. Narakua, Senishana, trust, Kakuntana. That's why you need your trust. You need the trust in yourselves. Nakaota, to make the steps. Trust in your feelings. Naruaka, Otanakutanakata, Otawukuntanasha tokoana. It's not about being strict. Iniyakuakata, Auanakata, Shawakata, Umana, Aumanata, Ishanatunawana. It's just about following your inner voice. Ine Nakumata, that one that brings you peace. Nakumata, Anyukuanaka, Teti Naraka, equilibrium. Kanamuruma, Enekaumaka, Anekauma Sanaka, Anakato Nakuata, Eyoma Sanarakoana, Sesiara. Sawamaka Karakato Tesana Kupata. These are times for you to let Kamana, the inner child, talk and speak up. Nikawana, connecting all your origins, all the aspects of yourselves. Ninaka arana koata, akuhanaku tuntuana, tiurumakata, tawamata kachana. Ati nakawama, te tanaumaka. The mind will always try to be in the way, tanmumaka, but your inner child feeling is much more powerful than your mind. Trust that feeling. Nekakoata, ernaka kurota. Act, nikawaka, chishana, listening to that inner child. And you will become gradually more and more powerful. You will recognize your power. Nika Arana, you already are powerful. You just need to connect to that essence, as you've been saying. Nikaru kata. Usanarako. Senarakato tanaka. Ahanakuana. Acknowledge the no separation between you, animals, minerals, and everything else. Naraka otana. Ahanatukana. Keep that feeling present at all time. Neraka otanaku. And vibrate, dance, sing. Just say whatever you feel to say. Niyaranaka. Anutaranaka. Enianatuna. You know by now that everything that you feel connects somehow with something you are experiencing or with someone around you. So why not start fully trusting that you feel? Enakuana. You know now how to discern when a feeling comes from something happening in your surrounding, something coming from the collective, and something that is truly coming from your true essence. Anara kuaka. Anesa naraka to takawata. Onakawata. You know the feeling. Kanakuntana. Trust. Tukumana. Ashumana to have be available to let things unfold. Naraka waka. Shikawana, create your sacred spaces. Narakuana. Narahu humarana. Hona taranuta. Konu kata yuana. Kiwaka tauana takuana. You know how to overcome already judgments. Waka, let people say whatever they feel to say. Niyakuana, concentrate. Narakuata, in that powerful energy. Natuana, that you are. Narakua. Narakua. Shawaka. Narakwaka. And then Shawaka.
Suwasata samakuewa. Ewa ota ewa ota ewa. Yeya ka eya o ewa o ewa ewa mawaka. Yeya ota. Maya kutu ewa ota tata ota tata. Matuaka kuyawaka nayama mama mua yawa ota iniyawa tuaka tua bayawa tawa otewa iniyawa kuaka tuaka tuaka expansion shaniwa tuakata Kunuwaka, Iwaka, Yuwaka, Muwaka, Kuwaka,
Jawaka,
Chiniwaka,
Jukwata,
Kuwakaka, Suwa, Kuwa.
Oh, Jesus. Turamaka, Shubata, Uruwaka, Sokwata. They are showing me the planets, orbits, dancing around the sun, Ninjawana, and at the same time they show me the electrons and all the particles around the atom. Nanakuata Teya Mata, turning like the planets. Chakuaka Tawata, Nawamakata. And they say be part of the dance. It's a natural motion. Narakuha nata okota. Uaka nata osanaka. Toro makata. Ema umaka iya makata sana. Jowa baba chakuata.
Uyuwaka,
Uakata nuwaka.
Moshenewa.
Tupaka. Tupakata.
Akawa.
Uakata tantukuaka. Aumaka te sanuka nata. Tonakata totanaka. Chisanaka kotana. Oh ayana. Nuamaka umana.
And actually, when you were speaking there, Ismail, I could see heart, and I could see, like you were saying, electrons. I could see there's like an ignition of recognition of the heart, and it was like I could see it coming to form within this spectrum here, and all this like electric pulsations. Muakata.
Tanumaka. Tantumaka. They are showing me now the graphic from the Schumann's frequencies that we saw before. Narakusan, Tawomaka, Teshako Tanaka, Tomakara, Taturomaka, Sawamaka, Tekoaka, Puanata. They show me that when we start dancing or moving, we sort of click into the frequencies with our movements. Nina Wanata, and anything that is around become less dense. Niyaranakuntana, Kikuantanagumana. It's like we get to by dancing we get in that frequency of movement. Unikatawanatawata. We become part of the song that the Mother Earth is singing. Narumaka Tauro Tanakata. Last week we were talking about the Sufis, or the week before, I don't remember. Nikawamata Taku Orakata Oroma Sontarana Shabumaka Sanuruma Tas Anere Suakata.
Ora paemati koro tiare. Yana totoyoro totea. Koro toteare. Ia esta ta totoyoro totea. Ora totea. Dai totea pizza. Vera tiara. Saka koro totoyo payata. Tiare. Tiara saka. Mo kaya no tiara. Ia mana tiara toyo mano toyo resiste tiara tio mukora ia ayo kau tio resiste osa tia kaya toyo kota
Narakata Osha Narakata Wakata no Totoro Ikakata Rakato Totoro Mekiata Anara Naka Hodai Kanataka Aneki Yanata Wataika Omaka Asanako Tatayuko Kotoi Shenekitiana. If only you knew how much you are on this together. Neakuntawanata. You will create an alliance. Ashuanaka Awata instantly. You wouldn't allow the separation from the mind to create any more separation. Tarakuakana, Ene Aranaka, Tantunateana, you are the same melody. Ne 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 ama, all of you. Ne kawamata, the same song. Amuama, taumanata, multi vibrations. Ne kavumakatao, kokoko anata. Shene omakata no maka. Yeshe awakata takuata. Anakuata tati yadaka. Duru makata. Awamahai ne kawamata sawota tayana kumakaina kao. Hene taku tai se kumakatai. Makatanaku Anakaetana Umaine Ekau 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 Naraku Nakau Tanakau Mata Tanaka Tamaku Mata Amata no Makumata Tumata Tumakata 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 Tumakata. We release any tension. Kuankana Desha Wakata Wakata Nyaki Kumaka Ata Wata. The feelings in your solar plexus are going to increase more and more. That's why we've been suggesting to ground also more in contact to nature. Nina ka na ka tuoka eti kawata. You are going to start feeling the whole universe within. Ena kumakata. Sometimes it might feel overwhelming if you do not ground. Nikaka eke anakata esha wamata ote wamata esha wamakata. Make it a habit. Ikawama, coming out. Akumaka, creating contact. Joy, earth. Enjoy Mother Earth. Naraka Soro Maraka Orna Siurumaka Arana Hiniaka Waka Siyaka Umara Ahuana. Only you can eliminate the separation. It comes from your free will. Na Arana Okana. You got the key. Uwaka Tika Waka. Just connect. Niyawa Aumana China Akumta Kuana Tasuna.
What's the musical instrument you're playing there, Ishmael? It's very nice.
This.
Was there? Oh yeah. I actually wanted to get one for ages. That's super. I love it.
It has magnets inside.
Whoa, it's very gentle.
So you can tune it to different scales.
Whoa.
Depending
amazing.
where you put these little magnets, you can
What's
put
it made
it
of?
underneath each of them.
Is it metal?
Depending where you put it. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's made of this butane. I don't know how you call them, but in Spain we got them, and in France as well. They are butane cylinders.
Yeah.
Whoa. To get the gas, because there are a lot of houses that they don't have central gas in Spain, so they use the cylinders, and this is made from one of them. It's recycled.
Very cool.
Yeah,
very, very cool.
It's this company in France that they had this idea of recycling these cylinders instead of throwing them to the whatever in nature. So they had this brilliant idea, and also they realized that putting the magnets under each of them, each tongue, it changed the frequency. So They really tells you how to do it, and you can change the tones. It's really nice. It's really
Very,
nice.
very gentle. Very nice. Yeah.
And I asked them to tune it to 432 hertz. Usually every instrument is 440, unless you tell them in the factory, and they send you one tune to your specific request. Chishawakata, tukuata.
Super nice.
Super nice. It's part of my meditation every day. It's part of the if I'm feeling a little bit low, I just play it. You don't really need to know how to play music. You just play, and the frequency itself tunes you into saying light languages, or just start laughing, or you just get the messages that you need to go to nature, or eat something that you might be maybe you haven't been eating that much in balance, and then you get the messages of what to eat, and you get back to it. So it's a very important instrument for me, not only for music, but to get back to what we've been saying and channeling. Chishawakata.
Shiwata.
Yeah, music is very important.
Amazing.
Drums are super important. And I'm feeling the call to go even more back to it. I'm gonna get also the shamanic. There is an octagonal shamanic drum that is calling my attention a lot.
Any area? Are you going to get any specific material or area?
They say that is from the areas, but the animal is goat, from goat skin. I'm not sure if it's good or not, but the vibration is there calling me to get that one for some reason. I'm not that good about drums. I'm more familiar with the drums from Africa and from the Mediterranean than the drums from the Celts and the Nordics. But very much I felt that in the summer solstice.
I think some of the drums in Siberia, I think some of them would be kind of square, not square, but kind of
different shapes.
Yeah.
This octagonal geometry, for some reason, they were showing me my third eye, and then I started doing some research online, and poof, the first one that came was octagonal. So I say that's the one. I know it. Naru Makatati Ana. But
what was the crowd like at Stonehenge last night? What was the gang like?
How was the whole thing?
Yeah.
Amazing, brother.
Was there was it too many people, or was it okay?
Like 1,000 or more.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh, amazing. Not too much, but
not too much.
Not too little, neither. Perfect for me. From my feeling was just perfect. And I recommend to go and experience it at least once in your life, because don't go to visit the monument itself when it's blocked from people to approach the circle and all of that this is in every other day during the year, apart from the summer solstices celebrations.
Is it open that day?
Yeah, that day we were inside playing the drums. They passed me one of these Celtic drums to play myself. I wasn't even mine. They just passed it to me, and we were like 3 hours and a half playing in the center of the Stonehenge. So imagine how much fun is that when everybody's like your brother suddenly, just because you feel the rhythm of the music. I was just playing the basic drumming from Africa and from Latin America, and the things that I get from home, no. But they are so connected, really. Chisawaka Tawata. They were the Celtic drumming with with all the drums I was bringing also from the Arabic countries, and that was for me like, wow, wow,
Amazing.
massive. I arrived there at 9:30, and I left at 6:30 a.m. And from the moment I placed my feet there, the music was already on, and I left the place and the music was still on, and not music from a machine or from a radio or from speakers. No, people playing the music constantly. So only that deserves to be experienced, because there is so much energy, and obviously the Stonehenge exponent makes the multiply the energy, exponents the energy. And I was sort of pushed at some point to a place in the Stonehenge where there is the smallest stone, and then I was guided to put my hands and speak languages. Once I left the instruments, I was sort of pushed naturally from people to people, like who they were dancing, and I was being pushed naturally. And then I got to that spot where I felt guided to put my hands, and I felt really like if I was piloting a spaceship, like if the whole Stonehenge was a spaceship, and the stone I was touching was the control, let's say, the joystick or the wheel, and I was just feeling opening the portal there, like massive ways. And I had Sister Melba. She been here in the light language group sometimes. She's from the US.
Yeah, she was in England. I thought her was in Ireland. Yeah.
And she was sending me messages whilst I was there, telling me things that she was channeling whilst I was being there. She was telling me why I was there, and what was my role there, and things like that. Obviously, that was very motivational for me, and very supportive, really, as well. Because I wasn't asking for these channeling messages, and she just came through sending me all of that, and I felt
super in tune. She's super in tune.
She's super in tune, because she was telling me exactly what I was feeling to do in that rock, in that stone. She was telling me exactly the same, and that was like so crazy. So crazy, and so I'm so happy that we didn't go, Melissa. Because you need to live it this way, really.
I know. I think to myself, I was like, next year I'm definitely going. I never realized, like, I knew that it was open, that you could get closer to the stones, but I didn't realize that you could actually touch them until I seen it on the TV where everybody was touching the stones, and I was like, are they allowed to do that?
We are. What happened is that during the pandemic, it was closed for 4 years or so. We weren't allowed, and then now is the first year that they open it again.
Amazing.
Wow.
And another amazing thing for me was to experience a pagan ceremony, because like an hour and a half before the sunrise, there is a group of druids, men and women. I think they were 4 men and 3 women. They start, just like in the church, they start doing like blessings. They do a ritual. They start guiding us to say things from the ancestors, and we start praying for Earth, and every time that we do a prayer, we position ourselves towards the north, then another time towards the south, then another time towards the east and the west, like that. And that lasted for 1 hour and a half at least 1 hour and a half, and when they were saying what they had to say, there were like 9 people, women and men, drumming with the ceremony, and that was just like if I went back to one of my lives here. That's why I'm here. Recently I found out that this lady that did the Joyful Project with me, the lady from Boston, we were in a lifetime together here in UK, and that's why we have all these roots and connection to all these things. Eishuwaka tatu anakata toto waka.
I think it's all very connected, like the work that field, like whether the shamanic, is it shaman resonance? With like, then Alison said it sounded like a heartbeat. Then the drums, everything's like connected. I've been like really drawn to like drumming music and chants, and I think the night that you said that had happened, I could really, really, really feel my heart, and it was like going faster and faster, and it was beating like a drum. And I can remember that, like, just lying in my bed, and my whole body was like vibrating, and my heart, all I could hear was my heart, like, just going do 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 do, and I was just like, what is going on?
Before you came, and Wesley as well, there were some channeling going on, and these entities say your instruments are the elongation of your soul. When you make them, it becomes you and your soul, part of it, and then when you play them, you become the resonance of your entire soul. But that happens also when you really fall in love with an instrument that you also get from a shop, because the same way that you feel called to get a quartz or any stone, the same thing is with the instrument. If they are calling you, it's because there is a connection with your soul somehow, and then if you get it and you start practicing, you start feeling like, wow, it's part of your soul expressing everything. And so
Sorry, carry on.
If that happens to us individually when we are playing, imagine when there are 1,000 people there.
Wow.
It's just mind-blowing, really, mind-blowing. That's why I say you have to go. I'm going to try to go every year from now.
Yeah.
Because I like it so much. I just don't want it to become too popular.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like everything else, it's gonna go down as a tradition. Because and that's why I like the way it is now. I like it that people knows it or knows about it, but not that many people around the world knows about it. So
I just got a bit amazed there, because I wrote something down when we were in the middle of traveling, and it kind of relates to what you were saying about the instrument being a part of your soul, like it's a part. So I got this channeled message saying, when you hold the frequency of light and unconditional love, everything you create, grow, birth into this world is of the light, because you are of the light, and it was created by love. Just like everything Mother Earth creates from her loving, grounding light, holds its own frequency. The crystals, the rocks, the trees, the flowers, the animals, the insects are created by the light. Therefore, they are the same. This is the same for each one of you. We are here to hold the frequency. Remember that.
Wow.
I was just like, whoa.
Wow. That's it. That's a big example we tune into the same frequencies
Yeah.
and we get the same information. Taromaka,
So
Toroma.
what there's a stone circle I've been trying to call back to since I came back in 2009, right? 2019, but I've been up there since 2015. But like, yeah, it was like a harmonic order. So it was actually connected up through the chakra system. That's what I was getting anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting because just to meet people you meet. I was asked to do some drumming, and there's a Ukrainian. These women were going to go through this stuff, so one of them asked me to do some drumming, so I just ended up just I said they were thinking they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what was going on. I was like, there's all sorts of stuff happening. It's crazy. It was very interesting because they were doing their. There I said it was invocations, and there was like magic, and there's people. It's kind of a bit shamanic. Oh, you actually don't know. It's very interesting what they were doing. But yeah, it's just a whole load of things going on, different things going on. It's just I just see it because there's just so many branches of people even being drawn to Ireland now that weren't there before. Well, maybe in another incarnation, probably. Where it hasn't really happened like this for a long time. Yeah, since we opened the gates, there's nearly more multicultural people in Ireland now than Irish, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah, like I just Swiss one up to me about she was like, she ended up hanging around me actually. She was I'd say she was no other woman into shamanism. It's be connected. So she was like, what'd she say? There's three of us there at the start. She was like, she said, I'm very surprised with Dublin and Ireland. That's what you mean. They were all going around with the earphones on, their head down, and in with the computer or in with the phones and stuff. That's kind of it's a bit annoying. And I said to her, I said, that's interesting. And there's another woman there as well. She was from Netherlands, I think. And I said, are you sure she was Irish? And then she was like, huh? I said, there's so many people coming in here. Especially in Dublin, they're probably not even Irish. And straight away she was kind of taken back. Like, she was like, whoa. In other words, I was saying, you just came in here now and you're saying, the way the Irish are going around their things. Fair enough they are, but then it's you land into a country that there's so many different generations are coming in that definitely haven't been here in a long time. Some haven't even been here at all. And then to say the way the Irish are around, I was sort of surprised. If you go up to Dublin, the majority of people aren't even Irish. That's interesting. So I was just sharing that awareness, and I was like, are you sure she was Irish? And then she was like, she did think about it. I don't know. I was like, she probably wasn't even Irish. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see people's perspectives of rolling into a country, and it's like, I noticed this or I noticed that. Whereas, like, do you really notice it? Because you need to be embodied in it to understand it. Yeah, so me landing into South America and straight away saying, oh yeah, I noticed. I will notice stuff, but then it's the people that actually really understand what's going on. Certainly, yeah, you can get to understand the right things communicating, but I think people's experience of certain dynamics going on in because it's all fields, like.
If you truly go to your essence,
yeah.
Being in Ireland or being in South America, you're going to connect with other people who are also vibrating in the essence. And you're gonna feel that. You might not feel that with everyone, maybe in Peru, but maybe when you are going to Machu Picchu and you start getting there to meet the I don't know, the chiefs from the tribes, maybe you start feeling like I don't even need to know the language. I just feel the resonance with this man and woman. Takuna, takawata.
No, what?
And maybe you start talking like languages, and maybe they start replying in a language that they don't even know that they are talking. I think these magic things are going to happen more and more in Iwanata, only if we get back to our essence. We won't have nationalities if we get back to the essence. Nyawakata, Torumakata, Chikawata. And with the drumming, I feel that you can go to Africa, you can go to any part of the world, there is some sort of drumming everywhere. So what happens around the world? That the Irish were influencing the Romans, and the Romans were influencing the Africans, and so on. I think everywhere we knew that drumming has something to do with getting back to our own vibration. Tiku anata, tu anata, and getting back to the essence. And they knew that from ever.
Yeah.
Forever.
And so connected too, like even that lady said was drumming. She fell in with me drumming, but like the coordination and the way he was even dialing down, because it was like I was starting to, so I might go for maybe drumming for maybe 7 or 8 minutes, and there's loads of people like saying, you know, I just see the curiosity with people just different ages, because I might see a man, he might be 50 years old, and he's like kind of really drawn to the drum and the connection. But it's just the unfolding, the way that the drum blends with the other drumming, and I know like the connection of spirit, just knowing synchronistically when to even stop. It's just like totally dialed in. Yeah, it's like, wow, this is a pure like it's pure harmonic order, like just pure like an orchestra just going whoo, and then it's just everything dissipates, and it's just within that she starts to intricately, then it's the voice changes, and then it's boom, boom, then it's stillness. It's super cool. I love that.
And it's super cool when people get drunk with that and not from any other drug. Like I was saying, how people were getting so drunk with the vibration from the drums, because they were like a group of Africans who brought a whole van full of instruments for everybody to play. So they created a circle with candles, but these candles were like electric candles because they didn't allow fires inside. So they created a circle with electrical candles, and in every candle there were an instrument, and they were African instrument and Latin instrument, but also the Celtic ones. So we were in that circle playing all the instruments at once, like wow, that feeling is really amazing. that shows how unifying our soul, unifying our love for the music, for everything dissolves, really. Nothing else matters. Joining
the nations, universal understanding, divine expression coming into format, unfolding of reality as he Sukuaka, Tekiwaka, Tukoka, Teyako, Saniwa, Teyawata.
Taking us all back to our root, like, because in every different like country or culture, like they all celebrate the solstice in some sort of way, and it's all just taking us all back to Mother Nature, to the simplicity, and back to our roots, connecting with our ancestors, really. Yeah.
In Spain they call it San John, and what they do is in every place they make a huge fire, and then people are playing drums around the fire, and then what you need to do is to jump over the fire. So people start dancing and jumping over the fire. So that's the fun of it. And you spend the whole night, everybody drumming, singing, and jumping over the fire. And the fire every time is bigger and bigger. So jumping over the fire is even more dangerous. But they do it so quickly, so fast, with the eyes closed and like this, protecting themselves with the arms like this. That is so cool to see people just appearing from nowhere, from the fire, from inside the fire. It's super cool. And it's called San John. That's how they call it, San Juan.
Jumping over the sun.
Yeah.
Fire-like representation. So that's amazing.
And it's all night as well. It's all night until the sunrise.
Is there would you come across any dangers there? Any people fall into the fire?
Something has happened.
What we have here, it's there's even in England as well. It's we used to have not as much actually. We used to have like they have around here actually around Blarney, huge bonfires. So we used to be like gathering stuff in like all areas, and we would like create huge bonfires, like huge bonfires, as high as a house, I'd say. And we'd all be going around we'd only be 13 or 14, just getting tires. We'd be taking tires from farmers and stuff, and rolling down the middle of the road with 20 of us, and then creating big bonfires. I was just saying to the mother, I was asking her, is the bonfires still going shit there? But they weren't, I'm not sure if there's as big. It might be around Blarney, it might be 5 or 6 like huge bonfires. And there's be lighting, so if you go to different places, bonfires. And it's like Blarney, it's like huge, like you'd see them, it's cool to witness. To be part of it, actually. I'd see young guys, lads, would be going through the forest, just chopping down trees and dragging. The lads were only 14, 15, like, less, some were 13, some were 12. And just so tribal in ways too, like. These young fellas are amazing. And you finish up then about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Brilliant.
There is just one thing I want to share with you, brother. There is here over Southampton and Portsmouth, and then the Isle of Wight. There is a ley line crossing through the city, and there is a pagan tradition between Southampton and Portsmouth. I don't remember the little town or the villa that remains like it was in times of the ancients and the Druids and all of that. And they have houses with the roof made of hay, and in the top there is an open circle in the top of the roof with the pentacle. There is a pentacle, and in the middle they make fires inside these massive houses, which are circle houses with the circle shape. And then when we are in that main house, in the biggest one, there is a storyteller that spend like 2 or 3 hours saying stories to people from ancient times. And then after that, they build up a whole massive statue of hay, and then they start the drumming, and then they set it on fire. They set on fire the whole massive giant figure, and that is also so cool to experience. And down here, and that is in winter.
That sounds like an amazing experience. So much symbolism too. It sounds like it's like a death and rebirth.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Sounds like a death.
The rebirth, exactly. Sawakata Kutanakata. Living back the old Shuamakato Tana.
burning that what does not serve anymore.
Exactly.
Suwakata, like Shiva,
Sutuaka.
Bawaka, Kinuwa, Yewa, Sukawa.
And in that place, people live all year, and they have their own ships and animals, and they cultivate the stuff, and they keep it tidy and nice, like if it was in the past. So it's also very nice because of that, because there is a community already there, and they create these events every year.
Amazing.
Tuamaka.
Amazing. Yeah, those little things are, yeah. And there's lots of them in Spain as well, and there's little traditions.
Oh, all the north of Spain. And I found out recently that it goes down up until Extremadura and south of Portugal as well. The Celts, Chukuata, Nakutuanta, Shukutuana. I'm following some YouTubers that work the land and also have their own animals. And by following them, I found out about this, that I'm saying, that there is a lot of Celtic roots also farther down the left-hand side of Spain. Mikawata. So all the north and all the Portugal and all the left-hand side until you reach the Algarve and all that area. Takuata, Nakuata. It's fascinating, really. Tuanata.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
So Alison say, I gotta go. Thanks for a great night. See you soon. Brother Patrick, we know that he passed out. He always does. He always tells me I had to leave because I couldn't bear more energy. And he always tells me that in private. He says, you guys produce so much energy that there is a point that it knocks me out and I need to go to sleep.
And it's he's an hour ahead as well, isn't he? He's an hour ahead too. He's an hour ahead. Yeah. He's an hour ahead too, so it's 1 o'clock. Right?
Yeah, it's an hour ahead.
Yeah.
It's in our head.
No,
I was understanding it's in our head in the beginning.
No.
I said, what?
Slang. That's the Blarney slang. It's just the Blarney
Waka.
Turuwaka. Breaking up the system. So breaking up the system. Rebooting the system. Bringing it back to original order.
He's also very sensitive with his own energy. So he says that when we add the energy from each other, it's like... He's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, he's a joker. He's very playful. He's very
I was actually in like an older lady's house, because I don't usually watch the news or anything like that, but she had on her TV, and that's where I seen Stonehenge on the TV, and I was like, oh wow, like I didn't realize that they could touch the rocks. And she was like, yeah, there's a lot of hippies out there today. And then I just laughed.
A lot of hippies.
It would be funny if she's watching it, sure, and then she's looking and then she sees you on it. That'd be hilarious.
Because she was like, oh yeah, there's lots of that hippie types over there. And I was like,
Yeah.
I am the hippie type.
They were super. I mean, everybody was hippie then, because everybody was wearing something for the day. So very much connected. I was wearing just my t-shirt with the starseed lion, and everybody passing by, they were looking at the shed, saying, "Oh, brother, you are in a star seat," and they were coming and they were hugging me. I say, just because you are wearing that t-shirt. It was so nice because everybody was understanding what it means, and so nice. Like what Melissa said a few weeks ago when she went to Glastonbury,
Yeah.
that you feel the connection with everyone, that you don't need
Okay.
to hide anything. Everybody knows what you are about. Tatua mata kato ontana kotuata.
There's actually to my friend up here, like she's very in tune with the energies. Like she does my Reiki. She hasn't done it for a while, but me and her haven't spoke since I've been back from Glastonbury, and she went for 5 weeks around Thailand, various places, and she was just speaking to me, and I said, "Oh, how was your trip?" Like I'm meeting up with her on Saturday, but she said, "Ever since I got back here, I just feel drained. The people are draining my energy." Just exactly the same thing as what I felt, and I was just like, it took me like 3 or 4 weeks just to kind of get back into it, but I don't even think that I'm fully in it. And then for her to say that to me, who's like on a same energetic level than me, I was just like, there's something in this. Like we're both wanting to get away from here. And, but
there is a lot of extreme in these islands. There is a massive vortexes of incredible energy that you are either you ground or you just go away with the planets floating in the galaxies.
There's so much learning, but the thing is, there's different densities. Like here, Ireland, people like they love it, but there's like if you're actually from Ireland, it's gone through a lot of suffering. So there's been a lot of suppression from I suppose from clone, like whatever, invasions and stuff like that. So the people, religions from the British, this and that.
Catholics.
Sukuataka. Protestants, Sukawata. Kotawa. So there's a lot of survival, but the people feel it. So it's in the field. Like I feel it's a part of what I work with, like as a part of what I work with. But there's a learning in it. So there's a learning. So like even for me, I learn like even for me coming back to density, I've learned a lot spirituality from going through the density where I might be connecting something that might be of a dense field, but there's not as much learning in it. So for me, being in such challenging, because it's in the field, because we've like the Irish had to adapt in a lot of ways to survive from certain circumstances, from whatever it is. That's why they would be known as, they're fighting Irish or whatever, because that's their way. They have to be hard, like they have to be tough.
Yeah.
Survive.
Extremes raise discernment. It's where you can compare things more easily and fall into density, and then you fall into the most vibrant state, and then you can really see yourself what's going on and what happened to others as well.
I'd see it in women. I could see it in the older women, that they had to put themselves in certain situations, like even if wars or stuff went on here, and I wasn't a part of some of it, but I can see the way things can unfold within reality in ways, and their whole like brilliance to have that in depth of the mind, really, to I suppose connection back into the heart, to have to go through certain circumstances to kind of, sometimes they're kind of running the shows. Like I'd see it even in some of the things that I would be connected with spirituality, to some of the women that have that connection of that old ways, but it's going through densities because they had to survive, like, or else you're you're more or less gone. Like you might be surrounded by whatever, like military or whatever, maybe. And yeah, women will have to operate to help to run certain things, like. So it's the dense, like I feel like even here, so with a lot that's been cleared, there's a lot of it's been cleared. That's why the a lot of healers here that are clearing stuff, but it's still there, especially up to Northern Ireland, that's going through a lot.
Here as well, bro.
But the thing though is Zukoa. Yeah, I was saying to Melissa is that like what you went through, what you're going through, or whatever. And maybe you won't go through anything that I'm talking about there, but the learning on it can be from another level, like.
Yeah.
It's also natural that we start feeling the call to go to places where we vibrate more in resonance with. It's part of nature. It's like personally, I don't feel like I said a few weeks ago that I have nothing against this place. It's just a cycle that is finishing. I've done what I came to do for 21 years. So I think I've been doing my role for a while, and now something is calling me to another place in the world. Tikawata, Tikwanata.
Yeah.
I don't tend to feel stuck. It's like the more energy flows energy flows into us, and we're ascending, and that we're actually essentially with the flow, the ebb and flow of life. It's like when you feel captivated, it becomes almost unbearable. It's like you're trying to cage a bird or something, and the bird just wants to fly.
You are becoming so big that the island is becoming too small.
Yeah, but I do feel like there is a purpose for me.
There is a purpose, of course,
being here,
of course.
But maybe I need to go somewhere else and integrate. Like I feel like Glastonbury is like I took that energy back here, but I feel like I need to go and integrate a few more places and then maybe come back.
Are the experiences that you've learned and you've expanded and grown from there, wherever you go, it's like as Mel saying, your soul could be telling you to go. Like I get it all. Like I get it all the time. For me, like I feel like that I do need to shift. I need to. I like that's why I have to take off. That's why I'm going to the States, because it's like my soul is like so restricted. It's like, and I'm telling people like I'm standing in the middle of a building site with a troll, and like I feel like this is madness.
Yeah.
Because it's like society's telling me how to, like, I'm so structured within society to survive in a job, but you're beyond, like, we're beyond all provocation of even here. We're just so more of us than even our experience of the earth field, like. But then that's the beauty of what we're working with too, and your soul is telling you to.
I was discussing this with somebody before. It's like when I was speaking about like the 3D world and like just the environment and everything. I was just like, we're just numbers. I was like, at the end of the day, we're just a number. They don't have compassion on what's going on in your life. Like if they actually had a heart instead of being like a computer system, then I think this world would be like a completely different place. But it's like you're having to like balance the 3D world that's like trying to take your attention, and then your soul's trying to pull you in a completely different direction, and you're like, I want to listen to my soul, but this keeps on pulling me back here. And like it's created. Like
that's created for you to be like that, like for us to be like that. That's created. Like
Mhm.
I'm in the system. I'm actually doing the work for the system, but
Yeah.
it's created. So there's so many programming, there's so much layers. It's amazing what's been done. This is amazing. What's happening with this? This is breaking through that. So the more this starts breaking through that, it's like even for me, I'm expressing stuff for certain archetypes within the system, and their mind doesn't even understand what I'm saying. In other words, they're they don't see it from a perspective versus perception of someone else in my field, explaining to them of the quality of understanding what's happening in a collective level, because that's what's happening.
Mm.
It's a control system. Like that's what I feel.
Yeah.
Control system. There needs to be, and I could go crazy in this, like, because
They're
that's what I
going to
work with.
go.
Yeah,
Eventually, they're going to go.
that's this is what I work with. Like this is what I'm told. Like, that's my job. That's
Mhm.
that's what I work with. That's what I'm. So like that's here I am. I'm a mason. I'm working with sacred geometry. I'm working with energy fields. And I'm seeing stuff. So here I am
Ah,
working with geometry, working with fields, and I'm working with the system of putting up housing that the Irish aren't being looked after. There aren't about people coming in from all over the world. I could go crazy on this. Like we come in from all over the world. The Irish aren't being looked after. The homeless in the streets, Irish aren't being looked after. People who paid into the tax system, Irish aren't being looked after. They're
Mhm.
building houses, and I'm building them. The work people who are putting up the physical structure aren't being looked after. More rules aren't being looked after. So here I am. I was like, I'll be telling them I must become a politician. I'm actually telling you exactly how you're actually even treating me. No, please, no thanks, no thanks. So it's like a slave system.
it's a
Yeah.
slave system.
This is going to go. What I'm working with is going to go, and it's coming in, and that's when I speak with them. I let them know, and they're like straight away like, "Whoa." And you can study your architect. I might as well call myself an architect because I'm sitting up here and I'm paid per brick and I'm spending time. You are sitting in the office. You are getting the wage every week. I'm working for it, and I said, and I'm doing your job, and I'm looking down, but there's more than me looking through me. And then they're like, oh, and I'm looking at it like, you didn't even acknowledge me when you came in here. So, like, from my position, I could things would rip things apart. That's the system. So it's and if you really go into it, like, I could explode. I could
Yeah.
explode what's running through it.
Have
So
you ever
sorry,
watched Samadhi? Is it Samadhi? Samadhi.
somebody.
I've watched the movies on that. I've just watched part one, but like it was like an hour long. It was on YouTube. I just came across it um and it was an hour long, but I was so enthralled in depth in that it only felt like 10 minutes, and I was just like, this is exactly what's happening here. It's like we're all just like
Waking up.
and we're actually the system ourselves if
Mm.
we are controlled by the ego. And yeah, it was like mind blowing. I
Yeah.
can't wait for the rest of it.
Which is interesting. The language is not. It's beyond it. So it's breaking it up. It's beyond it. The language is beyond it. So it's, and you know what? It's like, and I'm working with people and they're like going, yeah, you know, but like I'm working with a dude, like I share all this stuff, and he gets it. He came into my crew. We look after each other. He's cool, like, and but he's not. He doesn't know about the spirituality side. Then I said it's all spiritual, like, and he's like, yeah, but there's this and this that, and I was like, yeah, I know. I just look at this, look at that, and I said we're building it, and then they'd hear me then um go, going off, and these guys like, and they're like here he goes again, and then they'd say, geez, you're dead right. They're like, you don't take any crap, and but he saw hierarchies, so
Mhm.
then I've got I'm dealing with I'm dealing in a system that's used to being controlling, And people then are like, oh yeah, take this, that. I'm not taking it. I'm
Yeah.
not taking it. But then I'd be compassionate, be understanding as best I can. Sometimes it's hard. But
Mm.
you get it, so they feel my response, so then they put it back to me. They're like, right. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it easier next time. And I said, you're very lucky there'll be next time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be around. And they're like, huh? And I said, who are we gonna replace you? I said, and little things. If I hear them even saying, you're you can't or you can't go, I will straight away. I'm like going, you cannot tell me to do anything. And then actually what happens is all their spectrums of reality is broken apart. It's broken apart because the hardwiring of a system of control, dominance, and order, so-called order, is just broken apart. And I be very, very careful as well, because it is in the universe, and people, and they're doing their job. But and then I'd be compared, and people do say to me, they say, you kind of share stuff which are very very kind of in a gentle way, but then in other words, I could be pretty hard. But they get it, and then the next time the response would be different. So that's what it is. It's like and this is just my line of work. I know you're all in different lines of work around the planet, but you see, it's been so. It's like kind of like, I feel like sometimes like a slave. So it's like putting up the structure. People are being broken up. What I do, people get broken up. So they're actually, they end up, probably they get depleted. So energetically, they get depleted. They're not rewarded in a way like society should have, looking after people who get depleted for certain things, that structures that build up in reality, because they're working, not the ones that are actually doing I'm not dissing it, but I'm just saying, this grand sitting on an office saying, all right, you put this up here. We get these big, super huge cells. We try and get two guys, try to lift them in, and you're breaking them up like super heavy cast stuff. So that's just me. That's just my. I'm being put into a position now where it's just not me. That's mainstream in Ireland. You in England, it's easier. The materials aren't as heavy. I've heard of others like this. In England, people are looked after better, like the worker is looked after better. So I'm just speaking of the worker, and I'm working of because it's the people that are putting things into farms should be looked after. Like it's and I'm speaking my opinion, but we are making shapes, like so yeah. And then it's the energetics coming through, so then they're feeling it, because when you're speaking, they feel it, and then the more they feel it, there's something going, and they'll take your side. I don't want anyone to take your side, but they'll appreciate what you say, like. And that's coming from a level. So that's coming from a level of structure. So this structure will keep going until we start bringing in the awareness that we are to change. Like
that's why they are thinking to put the universal basic salary or something like that. Like that is called. They're already experimenting with a bunch of 20 people to see how is the impact in their lives and how things go. But this is happening like in a global way, so that the basic needs are covered for everyone in the world. Eshawata, tukuata, tiki, anawata.
I'd be curious in a lot of stuff. Because like you go into it, there's a lot of manipulation.
Exactly. Yeah. I give you this, and in this way I can manipulate everything that you are spending your money with. because
I
it's
think
gonna be all electronic, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be everything controlled as well.
No, because there's
I
this.
think they're trying to like from my example here is like I'm like a single mum, and ever since Jack turned 3, they're like, you need to get back into work, you need to get back into work, you need to get back into work. And I was just like, I explained my situation to them, being like, right, I'm a single mum. I was like, I've only really got my mum to rely on. My mum's obviously looking and tending to other people, so like I can't rely on her all the time. Do hours that Jack's in nursery, and like I did get myself a job. I actually got like 2 jobs, and they're still at me. They're still at every single week because I'm not earning over a certain amount. They're like, oh, we'll just keep on phoning you until you go over this amount. And then I was like, what more do you want me to do? I was like, I'm working, I'm being a mum, I'm being a housewife, I'm being like the provider, I'm being the mum and the dad and everything else. And then I was just like, it gets to that point where you're wanting to just scream at them, because I was saying this to my mum the other day. I was just like, if I wasn't working, they would be phoning me every week. Now that I am working and I've got 2 jobs and I'm trying to balance everything out the way that I need to, and to still have some time to learn the things that I want to learn, and to give myself the self-love and care that I need for like my energetic body. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm working or if I'm not working, because they're still going to be phoning me and hassling me anyway. So I was kind of like at that point where like, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. So like, what's the difference here? Like,
They
it is
still
just
chase you.
yeah.
They still try to control you.
At least you got to. Actually, you said that. It's interesting you were saying that, because like I said to my brother. Oh, sorry, I said to my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. Actually, during the week, he took off work. I think he took off. He actually packed in his job. Oh no, I think ended up. I think he's like a computer dude. And I said, good on you, because he had a little baby. And I said, how long are you off? He's like, 6 months. I said, brilliant. He said, yeah, I've got an interview. But like, even that, he said, if I take it, I'll take it. I said, that's perfect. So it's like that. It's like, if I resonate with it, I'll take it. I'm like, I'm so done of doing stuff that I don't like. For people that I don't resonate with, I will not work with them. I will not work with anyone who's negative, aggressive, and controlling. I will not work with them. I will not. I ended up ripping their heads off anyway. But I won't. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to work with them. I do not work with bullies. And I think that's the awareness. It's like right. And I know there's been situations in humanity, right? It's maybe it's the same thing again. And we kind of had to do right. Geez, I have to work here now. This has to be like, I'm in a situation, I'm stuck. I really have to do like the craziest things, where it's just having the awareness. No, I'm not going to do it. I am going to do it. No way am I going to do this. You know, it's like, it's like I'm not going to do it. I would have. I have done it. I'm not going to do it. And then, I'm not going to do it. I actually, this is what I explained during the week. I am doing work for a super cool, super lovely. Told him it's going to taken off. It's like a few times that like, no. I'll get you the perfect. You're going to do the perfect house next time. I'm going to keep you in private jobs. I know, and you know it's good. He was perfect. No this, no that, and I said, to be honest, I'm close to walking off. I was like, but it's cool, like, in other words, he listens, and then like he rings me like, I've just lined up here, that lined up here, you're right with this, you're right with that, which I know, in a way, I don't want to sound like Moaning Michael, but I think it's important for those little things, like as you're saying, that I think there's so long that we've been doing stuff that we didn't even want to be doing, and then people be were in a position that you think is well for me anyway that I might have to do it. To wait. Yeah. What would it be? What would it, if you don't mind me asking? Why would they be ringing you then, though?
Because a few, I think it was like last year. So like
Yeah.
basically I'm doing like part-time hours. But if last year it was something like if you earn over like £380, you don't need to go to the appointments. If now they've raised it to £617. And if you go over the £617, then they start charging you for this, that, and the other, which is like not financially valuable for me. Like in my head, like no, because they'll start taking more off of me. And so they've gotten you on that level. If you don't go over the £617, then they'll phone you every single week. But if you do go over the £617, then they'll be taking more money off of you. And then they're even trying to bribe you with some kind of like savings scheme where if you earn like £725 and put money into the savings account thing, that they'll double it by the end of 2 years or something to like enhance your saving capabilities. But like I save money, but it's not in my bank. If you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
but
yeah. That's funny.
it's they're that was like when they said that to me over the phone, then I was like, that's a trap. Like, and I was just like, I'm not doing it.
Even though it's funny you said that. I was thinking that as well, like a long time ago, and people did put it in here. And I think if you put in $5,000, this was like back in the 2000s. You put in $5,000, you'd end up coming back with like, or if you put in 10 grand, you come back with like something like 15 or something. I didn't trust it. I thought it was a pure scam, and but people actually got it. But I ended up falling underneath that as well in Canada. That's why I got to Canada. Because I ended up kind of being told to go into thing as well, kind of like that. But then I rang him, and it was like, it was a few quid, a good few. There's money in there, like there's a lot of money in there. Not huge, but it's a bit. And I think since they went in, since COVID, I think they're actually taking like $4,000 off. It's a $4,000 difference or something, something crazy like that. So
I mean, I try not to worry. Like the workers over there, they used to kind of like trigger me a little bit, or like. But now I'm just like, I see them as they're doing their job and they're controlled by a system that's telling them to do this, to do that to me. And then, but I can understand people manipulate the system, but that's what I was saying about that system just sees you as a number. They don't know your underlying story, because if they actually did know your story and things like that, they might have like more compassion towards you. But like, again, there is manipulation.
If they knew our stories, we'd be in school. We would basically we'd be listened to in school probably, or qualities would probably be written down first, and then we would be basically worked on like what talents we can bring to the world. That would be the basics of real school, let's say.
It's all like the whole system is just like, it really just needs just to crumble. Because if like I seen this post that like another mum had shared saying, and most of the judgments was coming from other women, was like, oh, if you're not working, then what do you do all day? If you are working, oh, you're making other people look after your child. If you're leaving your child with your granny so you can go out and have some time for yourself, then that makes you like selfish. Or just like loads of things, and most of that words was coming from like other women. Yeah, like judgment. So like again, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you stay home with your child and try and grow, like be a mother and just raise your child, everybody's at you going, oh, why are you not working? Like, why are you not? And when you are working, you're like, who's looking after your child?
Well,
So,
you've well, everything you're buying into the system anyway. So system is created. So you put in whatever you've done to the system to like to be looked after in whatever way possible. I'd imagine since since even the Brexit is it gone a bit crazier? That's probably another whatever's going on there as well as another thing like I even noticed here from friends from England, like our social welfare here was like I think pensions make alright. It's actually pretty good, but I noticed even compared to England, back in I traveled lads from London or Australia, and the lads were telling me even getting a dole. I think like you could get the dole here. I think it was like €200, €250 or something. €200, where the lads were like getting like this is what they're telling me, like 50 or 60 quid. Back then, it's probably changed, you know, like. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a global system. It's just a global system. I think it's just monopoly. They're just throwing in here, throwing it there, throwing in there, throwing in there.
It's collapsing.
It's
slowly, but it's collapsing. The more we are becoming aware, like we are talking here, a lot of people are revealing themselves. If you go to France, every day there is a manifestation in the streets, a protest in the street, a strike in the street. So every day there are protesting for not accepting the system. So.
And I kept away. I was actually like the film you were talking about, Samadhi. So I came across. One of my buddies went to. They were from Belgium, actually, and they were going to a kind of a protest. It was a thing in Toronto. Still was in 10, 11. I was just actually kind of waking up at the time, reawakening, and they're telling me stuff. I was like, no, that can't be real. They're like, no, this is a pure system. And I was like, what? And then synchronistically, I got introduced to these movies. I walked into a spiritual shop, and I remember it was just off Bloor Street, and this guy goes, I was looking at crystals. I picked up crystals. He's like, there's this movie releasing, or no, it's going to be on here. Come, call down and look at it. And this is like a kind of a, I think coming into somebody's living room, but it was a new age store, seen the movie, and it just broke it all down. But the guy did say to me, it's interesting, the guy said, I don't know, could I even trust that movie, but it's there, I saw it anyway, and seen the movie. And I was like, going, this is unreal. This makes total sense. And it made total sense because Ireland was booming in the 2000s. We entered Celtic Tiger. And I would even notice when into Australia, just the law of everything, the way everything was, everybody was doing well, was flat out busy. And then I took off to Australia and the country went into a recession, I think 2008. And everything made sense. It made sense that there was like it was like monopoly. That's what I was going to get. It's like monopoly, and but it was in such a sophisticated level that the people that actually they're talking about were the same people who made the movie. I ended up doing some research, but then I took myself out of it because it's too much. I was like, I don't want to be part of this. I don't even want to get caught up in. That's why actually, Ishmael was. As soon as I landed on here, I noticed that even talking about certain stuff, I resonated with what you were talking about, because but because I'm not getting caught up in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of is really at an age. People are waking up and seeing it, and
Yeah.
I'm actually feeling it. I'm not saying I was feeling it, but I'm just really seeing it. And I'm like, oh, whoa, this is mad. This is totally mad. Totally bonkers. Totally bonkers. Yeah. And the more to wake up, the better. It'll be easier because I feel we have to wake up. They have to wake up. They have to wake up. And the vaccines and all that was to slow it down. But then as well, they say that it's triggered more to wake up. But it's kind of counteracting what they've thought the plan is. So I don't
It's
know.
what Patrick was saying about the food as well. It's like all the chemicals and everything that they're putting in the food, even with the cost of living, like you can go into a supermarket and just like buy 3 bags of shopping and it costs so much. And I've noticed like in my supermarket that I go to is like the prices are jumping up and then they're jumping down and then they're jumping up. So I was like, this is another computer system. So they're
Crazy.
watching how many things
That's
get
crazy.
sold and then they're putting it up, and then if it doesn't sell then they put it back down again. And it's like, I was like, this is like a system in here as well. And it's just, yeah, like it's just everything's a system.
It's a
Yeah,
way of
even
controlling masses. If we
Yeah.
take the money from you, you won't feel power. So we disempower you. That's why they keep telling us, go to
Because
your essence, go to your frequencies, because from there nothing can put you down, really. And eventually we will be enough people expressing everything that we have inside, and we will be creating communities, as many of us are already creating communities in many places around the world. And as soon as we get in touch with one of those and we see that they work well, that you have your own freedom, that you can survive there, that's it. People are going to start creating another community or joining a different place outside of that system. They're going to always try to manipulate humanity. These darkness forces are going to try always, because they are losing that hierarchical power where they could control masses, and they were, like Brother Wesley says, sat in the office whilst all the slaves are doing all the work for them. So that is falling down.
slave system. Yeah,
Slave system.
slave system. Slave system. It's like, and it's more, and it's, for me, it's like more apparent. It's like, I was like going totally, and the thing is, it's and my biggest break through reality was working in a high rise. So I was doing heritage brickwork in Toronto, and I was so connected to the field at the time. I ended up putting the foundations in. I ended up jackhammering this foundation. I was in the building for 4 years, so I would see hierarchies come and go, and I would tell them, if I could see a foreman coming, I said, I've seen you come and go. You would say whatever you want to say to me, but I've said, I have seen you come. I'm going to see you go before you even come. So I'd see him play out. I actually met a shaman. I was just called through. I met a shaman in the coffee shop I worked in 4 years ago, and I was being called to Peru. So when I was up in that building, I was seeing Portuguese guys, and they were like looking after their daughters, their sons, putting through college, and it was just like they were just so depleted from the dust, just dying. So they're like the living dying, like the living dying. And that's when I kind of could see. I could see actually my buddy, one of my friends died. I told him, I said, you're going to die. I said, you die. He was like, what we were doing was super toxic. It was like, But that's all just a number. Once we can sell these properties, we have them coming up from China, buying them up, and we're renting them, and then people were dying, and I was like going, Jesus, no, I see it. I was like, this is wild. This is wild. And that's what it is. Just get them up. Just get them up. Get them up. Concrete jungles. Get them up. And yeah, it was wild. It was wild. It was about 2011 actually. I could really see that, and I could see guys then working like, and I was like, oh, whoa, this is another level seeing this stuff. But yeah, it's fascinating. And you know what's amazing? It's amazing that the system has been so worked. Like amazing masters, like on another level, massive, like the whoa, like a whoa, like the finest of they're using, like whoa, the finest of
the finest in wisdom from darkness.
Unreal.
To create manipulation.
On another level, like wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that we were asleep for such a long time, not realizing what they were doing to us.
Yeah. Even with incarnations. Even when we transcend. Oh yeah, transcending, right? Ooh. On another level. Wow. Amazing. It's amazing.
How's this guy called Ilk? Something like Ilk, John Ilk or something like that. It's a guy that has been for 2 decades telling to humanity to wake up, and they were treating him like a mad man. Yeah, he also have in his fingers like osteoarthritis and deformed fingers from all the pain that he's been carrying in his body, and but he has been he been fighting constantly, doing conferences and telling people wake up, because something ilk is called.
I'd be curious if you think of him, send it on. I'd be interested to hear his story. Yeah.
He was saying all of this for decades. A lot of people were thinking that he was mad.
Yeah.
Like I when it even come to what I I didn't even realize it until lately. I think maybe it's because one of my buddies, one of the lads I worked with, brought it up about that there's all these civilizations that are running into them recently, and they just got rid of buildings. They were just gone. So the technology we're using probably even existed only till recently, but it's like been brought forward. So whatever was done was just like a reset, like another that was a reset. So they say, that's what some say, and I'm like going, whoa, that's fascinating. That's fascinating.
Fascinating dark process.
Yeah.
To reach the light experience.
Yeah, interesting. Super.
But we can't take it anymore. We are at that point, pivotal point that we just not.
Yeah.
No more
but
calculation.
That's it. And that's amazing with these languages. That's why I'm curious of. I haven't heard anything debunking them yet. I don't want to speak too soon, like. I haven't really heard anything debunking them. There's not even the understanding of them, anyway.
They can't do anything. They cannot do anything.
Because it's light.
It's light, and they don't understand with their brains what is about. Because otherwise this group wouldn't have been going for 146 weeks, which is already like 3 years or something. I don't know what is exactly, but around 3 years. So we haven't been hiding from anyone. Atuta nakatuata. They've been all published every week. Tatuta nakata hua.
No suakata kiwaka. It does it does receive like they never hear of anybody bad mouthing anything on like the basically not like conspiracy theorists like that or people protesters or whatever that to get ridiculed or oh no you will get ridiculed by the average Joe soap. Like what kind of crazy stuff is this person speaking? But nothing like stuff don't get taken down and stuff like so
they cannot manipulate this.
Mawakata. But there was Suwakata.
And it's also a reminder for us to understand that we shouldn't let ourselves be manipulated. Because the light languages are part of our resonance of the frequency that we are. So why we are gonna allow something else to control that pure vibration that we are. Tanukawan Tanaka.
There was it kind of reminds me of something that someone introduced me of an old, I think Hitler was involved in this. Actually, Hitler was trying to get him to do. He was like I think he was a reincarnation of Hermes, and basically whatever. So say the Dark Order was trying to there was an order trying to get their hands on him to work for Nazis actually, but whatever, there's another thing going on. But the crew, the order work with demons, and I thought it was fascinating because there was that respect, and the human carnation individual who was working with demons, like he said that he was trying to control them to take a man over, get rid of him or whatever, like, and they said no, can't. They're basically this guy's not to be touched, like, and in other words, like, you can do whatever you want to do to him. We're not going near him. In other words, it's under divine order. This is not to be. So on another level, there's respect there, like, which is super interesting. That there was that respect, like, and it was a kind of a respect. It's like we don't even want to go there, like, because we know what's going to happen, and then we respect that. So yeah, it's and I feel I feel that from the languages that there's that respect as well. So we're not coming from the mind space. We're not thinking there's that respect. So you're coming from a different. You're branch off different worlds. So yeah.
I think it's allowing us to like. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's allowing us to use our minds in a different way and to like ask questions instead of like going along with the system. We're like, when we kind of open our eyes and our awareness to things, and we're like, well, why is things like that? And like, you're asking questions, you're not just following, you're like,
yeah, you're
deciding for yourself and following your heart, I suppose.
Yeah, well, you're using your intuition, so you're feeling. You're not reading it. You're feeling it. So you're trusting yourself. You're trusting your connection to the network of what you're working with. So you're not going to be, you're like, someone could say something to you, but you're already don't really get this. Yeah. So you're trusting what you're working with, this is the whole format of trusting what you're working with, because it's about you, like,
self-love.
Yeah.
It's like after that food conversation that we had last week, I sat for about an hour and wrote down so many questions about like, what are we actually like? I was like just letting it all out of my mind, being like, what if the foods that we're eating is keeping us in a stuck energy by like the chemicals that they're spraying on it? And what else did I say? What if instead of the media stating about people being obese and overweight that's creating strain on our healthcare systems, they actually look further into it? We are living in a world where you can get a pizza for £1 or an entire unhealthy meal from food chains for like £10, but the healthier options are at a greater price. And I was like, why is that? And I just kept on asking all these questions to myself, being like, what's going on? Like the so-called superfoods that like all the celebrities like promote in the magazines and everything like that. I was like, what if that's just a way to trap you into buying something that's actually not really that good for you because it's sprayed with chemicals? And like, yeah, my mind was just like, boom.
No, it might be like, it might be good for you. It might be good for you, but that's the way it's created again. So it might be good for you. That might be perfectly safe. That might be the best things, whatever. But it's the same thing again. It's the kind of to send the diversity, like to make it easier. I noticed it here when I came back. So I was 15 from Canada. There's this woman. She's on about there's a kind of a health show. It's about obese people, like, and I actually, you feel for them, like, and they shouldn't be on TV. And they got this one, and she's controlling. I think it's from, I'm not going to say her nationality. Super controlling. All she's short of is like a whip. Like you could see, like you could nearly see a carnation of like an old soldier in her. But basically, what she was telling him to do, oh, you have to lose weight, like shouting at them, like, and then you're not this, you're not that, and then you see being pushed for diet. So then pushing for diet stuff where here's this one, give you out to these people because they're obese from a system that's been so created, manufactured, and manipulated, and then being told these people who are like looking for like help, like, and they've been told, oh yeah, take some diet stuff there where if you look up at any thing in shops, even stuff that doesn't have diet, aspartame inside it, like they have, like I remember even picking up, so that's mainstream. They don't even advertise that. Like I remember picking up, I think it was at the flu or something. I remember chatting to the mother, I think it was down in West Cork here, to pick up some Lemsip. And I was like, yeah, I'll check. And I'm not joking. When I walked into the shop, and it's actually, it's a very nice shop in Clonakilty in Cork. West Cork's kind of a touristy town. And they were doing all different stuff in the shop. Like it's a big supermarket. And I was about 15 feet away from the Lemsip. Have you got Lemsip in UK?
Yeah.
You might have. Yeah. And I was like, I could feel something in my stomach. And I was like, going, this isn't good. And I was like, no way. They never put aspartame as Lemsip. And I wasn't even near the Lemsip. I could feel it in my stomach.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, joking. They're putting aspartame as Lemsip without even telling people. Or whatever, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They'll be doing waters here. They say, like, even here, there's probably, like, things that happened here, if it was 100 years ago, a couple of 100 years ago, revolutions. But they say, even here, that's why even the protesters and stuff, there's not that many protesters. They say, it's all in the water. We ended up getting, I think there was, yeah, I'm not even going to go to mains, but the elites, I hear of some things were organized in 1984. This is kind of underground stuff, I was told about 3 years ago. But we ended up fluoridating the water in 84. And that's not to say, I reckon that's probably a part of the whole suppression too.
Yeah.
The way the water's running through everything and probably suppressing a lot of stuff too. Yeah, fascinating. Amazing.
I know the trips is like, I mean, I never really got them, to be honest, because I would rather have like just a cup of like boiling water with like lemon and honey in it, because that's what I felt was more effective than Lemsip anyway.
It is.
But yeah, I've never been one for kind of really taking tablets as such. But yeah, there's just
I know. You go on
so
and on
much
with it.
when you look into it. Like my mind was just going into it because I was just like, how are they able to like mass production things without manipulating our foods? Or why is it more to buy organic produce? Shouldn't it all be organic if it's coming from the ground? I was just asking me so many questions. But
you see, it's a business again. You see, people are waking up, so they've gone into. So celebrities have gone into it. So it's all part of the field. So that's their network. Like, so it's like having a guru. They'll have the spiritual gurus, and they'll say, right, people are. So it's like they already know people are going waking up. So then they present. They say, right, we'll have to give them this because they're waking up, and we have to. They are waking up, so we give them that. Not to say we're already doing this. So it'll bring them down that chain, like, because they're going for it. So then we make things a bit more expensive. Yeah.
it's
Like you can make
what
things
they're
way more.
spraying.
Yeah.
What Alison was saying about what they're spraying in the skies.
I know.
So they're spraying that in the skies, but what are they spraying on our food that we're eating? And or the cattle is eating, or
A long time, I'd say. A long time. There's a long time stuff's gone on. It's just it's even though it's becoming more in your face.
Yeah.
Like music is pure example of it. Like stuff that's mainstream music is like, whoa. It's like if you don't, people that aren't into anything are singing the music. Like,
Yeah.
so no, maybe.
Music.
Oh, your mother's into the music, is it?
Yeah, my mum's like really like I feel like she gets her spiritualness through music.
Yeah.
Like very connected to music. She
But
feels
there's manipulation through music. They're using music, like there's been manipulation through music too.
Yeah. That's true.
As soon as I get into the car, I have to stop to turn it off now. It's funny, I just turn it off. I'm like, go on, song. I was like, whoa. And I listened to it. I listened to all hip hop. I listened to. No, he's like going, no, turn it off. No thanks. Not my thing anymore.
It's because I've been going like I like chants, and I like the mantras, and I like the heart's kind of frequencies to listen to, but I have been going back to like really old music, like what my granny would listen to. And I woke up for 3 days in a row, and I think I was having quite like a healing conversation on just like everything that I kind of gone through. And I woke up in the morning and like spirit kept on waking me up for 3 nights with Frank Sinatra, My Way. So I was just like, where have I heard that song before? So I found it, and then I listened to the words, and I was like, oh wow. I was like, oh wow. And it was just 3 nights ago, because it was like there were so many messages in it being like, you've done it. Like you're doing everything your way. You're doing everything the way that you're being called to do it, and everything. I can't remember the one line in it saying something like, I've laughed and cried, or something about hurts and like healing and stuff like that. And then it's like, and now I find it all amusing. And I was like, yeah, I do, because you're kind of like, you've gone through the kind of like the harshness of it, and you just see everything as it is now, and you find it amusing in a way.
Yeah, it's a cool song. It's cool. It's a great song. Yeah. Even though I think that's part of the system too, in ways. Not the song, not song, but the crew. I think there's a certain crew. But it's all good. But to see That's the brilliant thing is the messages are in everything. So I really like that song. I do. I love that song. Actually, it's a great tune. Yeah. And as she said, I that's what I picked up. I used to just throw it on when I was 20 years ago, and that's what I picked it up. Yeah, that you're doing it your own way, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your own unique way. Kina wasua. What? I know.
Guys, I'm falling asleep.
I know. And this you can go on forever, and that's the stuff. Yeah. But it's good to be aware of it.
We can continue another time. Too sure.
I know it'll probably change the whole dynamic of the
The world.
of the world, yeah. Of the group. Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's something that's just there. It's surface. So it's
we are talking about it for a reason.
Yeah, and it's speaking. I think it's a lot of it speaking through us too. So that's
human to human helps. Yeah.
Helps
a lot. Yeah, Waka.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend. Wonderful week. And I'll see you soon, guys.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, actually, there's one thing. Just a thought.
Yes.
Actually, this is just a thought. That's the other thing. Is like all this stuff, whatever. And I know sometimes I'd be careful on even running stuff, true stuff, because of intention and free will and all that. But I suppose it's having that awareness to whatever you're connected to. What, like even miss it. What if you're on or talk about foods and even go water or whatever, and just start running the whatever you're running through that, because that's what you are as well. I'd imagine in time can start debunking stuff, because you're working with whatever you're working with. So you're working with your aspect of source, running through that, and you're bringing back formication of information through that, recognizing that, and then you are the alchemist. You are the bringing it back into harmonic order. That's another thing. That's probably another thing you could be doing. All right, peace out. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have an amazing weekend.
You too, guys.
Bye.
Takakumbata, Tum Takakun, Edakam Tukumama, Takate Tukupakoto Shukuama, Tanau Tukum Taka, Hantanaku, Tukuaka, Titakuamaka, Atunakate Kyoko Totoko Yamakate Shakawa.